like they might be up here or something. Oops. You know, like up here.
There is a ping system.
Can I?
You don't have to ping. What are you doing? You're the one sneaking around.
I'm gonna stealthy sneak into here.
How do you ping?
Okay.
Oh.
And like stay close to the wall.
Point and ping.
What would you like to do?
Oh, ping.
Can I, with getting?
I got it, guys. I got it.
With moving, does that help my am I able to hear anything by getting closer in there?
Roll a perception check.
Girl.
Someone else want to be stealthy?
Jeez,
No, the tones are relatively hushed and are unable to. You're unable to make up for
I'm gonna
the distance.
I'm gonna go back to the door and tell them that I can just hear muffled sounds, and see if anyone has a plan. We're gonna retreat back to safety and figure out since I can't.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast detect thoughts.
Okay.
Really more.
Yeah, clearly the other plan wasn't working. All right.
Of all the time, you had this up your sleeve the entire time.
I was trying to save a spell slot. I figured you could at least sneak in there, rogue.
Hey, look, I got the numbers, but the rolls aren't good. And maybe I need to switch up my dice.
Are they within 30 feet of me?
No.
Okay, I will take a hide action and just kind of, wait. Okay, so are these 5-foot squares?
Yes.
Okay, so 40. Okay, I'm gonna go, would they be within 30 feet of me here?
Not quite.
Okay, then I'm gonna go, here?
Sure, roll a stealth check.
Okay. 6. Wait. Okay, hold on, wait. I have.
Hold on, wait.
Oof.
I'm going to
Alex
spend a
faces
luck
pain.
point to give myself advantage on that roll.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, you
That
go
felt
to
important.
you go to enter through the open doorway, and the wooden floors are quite creaky. And you take care to not step on too many of the creaking boards. You step on a few, but thank God they go unnoticed due to the charged energy of the conversation. And you're able to press yourself against the like the doorway and remain out of sight. It's a 3-foot difference, but yeah, I'll say you're close enough for detect thoughts. That's fine.
Okay.
God.
You said it's between like a man and a woman, or I can't tell.
2 men and a woman.
Oh, 2 men and a woman. Do I recognize any of the voices?
Roll a
Like, I
history
know
check.
I can't make out what they're saying, but.
Hi, Papa.
Oh,
Hi, Papa.
3.
What? Oh, okay, all right. What are we doing? Hi.
You summon
Hello.
the dog.
Is this how you summon?
I definitely don't.
He heard he could be live.
Yep, that's a dude. That's 2 dudes and a woman.
I'm gonna, so.
And they're speaking common.
Yeah. I'm gonna With the tech thoughts activated, I'm going to target the woman.
Okay. And you want to read her thoughts?
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you tap into the thoughts of the woman. She is overcome with grief and anxiety, and she is also filled with a glimmer of hope. All you can make out in her thoughts is that she is very clearly in the deep stages of wanting her son Ilya back.
Okay,
And
so
that
that's
she
the Burgomaster's wife.
And that she hopes that that Saint Markovia will be able to bring her son back to her.
Ooh. Okay, can I focus on the next, or the whoever is closest to me, one of the men?
Hold on. The dog's trying to rip my headset off. What? You've never jumped in my lap before. What is going on here? Yeah, give me 1 second.
Is it Burgomeister or Burgomaster?
Burgomaster.
The Burgomaster is the Burgomeister, though.
God damn. Okay, you gotta get off me. Thank you.
What did you say that guy was?
What guy?
Saint.
Oh, she's praying that Saint Markovia can bring back her son.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Here's the but death is death.
You're in for a bad surprise here.
Don't make me kill a kid.
Wait, what? Wait a minute.
Hey, look, you're also the cleric, all right? You kind of got to be on my side with this one.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Kind of a no-no.
Yeah,
Big
you can
no-no.
you can target the next male. You have no idea which one, so choose a number. Actually, roll a d20.
Time to get your high roll.
I mean, I don't know. It's a 50-50 shot. Just you roll the right one.
I told
Why'd
you.
you have to say that, Steven? Why?
Why not?
You know, because he didn't knock on wood, and so now it was his fault.
Eh, it's fine.
He's not superstitious. He's demonstitious. Demonstitious.
Demon Llama, where?
I can get behind that.
I can get rolling here.
Yeah, okay. Give me 1 second.
I do. I gotta give
Got it, what?
I give it to him.
What's a good decision?
To give
Oh.
my dad a bath.
I made a good decision convincing you to get that?
That is a good decision.
Dad
Here.
baths?
Your dad should be big.
Babe?
Yeah. You enter the mind of one of the males, and his baser thoughts are that he is pleased with the current outcome, and he is confident that he will be able to get whatever he wants out of this interaction that he's having with these two individuals. The rest of his thoughts are relatively shrouded, and you would have to press deeper if you wanted to kind of get past the surface level emotions that he's experiencing.
What about the other one? I'm not gonna push that guy.
Yeah, you tap into the mind of the last male individual, and he is also overcome with grief. more so than the female. There is no hope in his thoughts, and he is extremely steadfast in the idea that his son is gone. There's nothing that can bring him back, and even if there was something that could bring him back, he wouldn't want that for his child.
Okay.
I
I'm
respect it.
going to start walking towards them, like get rid of my hide and start walking towards them like I just, walked in.
Sure. Yeah, as you enter the room, the conversation abruptly halts itself as they all turn their head to look at you. As you enter the room, you see the burgomaster Dmitry Kretskov and his wife Anna Kretskova standing amongst what you could make out to be a priest of some kind.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, you wanted to speak with us?
Yeah, the burgomaster doesn't quite smile, but his demeanor softens, and he kind of has a look of not admiration but thankfulness on his face, as he, you still have detect thoughts on him. As you're walking in, you can tell that he is still very much so grateful that you were able to deliver the wine to his town. That's obviously mixed in with the grief that he's still experiencing at the loss of his son, which, according to his memory, was only like 5 days ago.
Okay.
The burgomaster wanted to thank you for delivering the wine once again, and he was curious what you guys were doing here in Barovia. As he said when you guys had first met, that there is little to no newcomers to the town, let alone to the lands of Barovia, and generally, more than not, anybody who comes here is brought here by Strahd himself.
I can't speak for the rest of my party, but God, I can't tell this guy I'm gonna fuck Strahd. I'm gonna say I'm a purveyor of fine company and an explorer in my own right, and I wanted to see what Barovia had to offer.
Okay, yeah, he seems wary of the explanation, as not many people, like I said, choose to come here willingly. And he seems to accept that explanation as it is, face value.
Okay. I'm gonna telepathically tell Allure to bring everybody in. Or that it's okay to come in now.
I'll look back to everyone and kind of wave them along as I walk forward.
Yeah, the rest of the party enters the room. You are all greeted with the same sight as Morrigan. You can very clearly make out an abbot, the burgomaster and his wife. They appear to be sitting, him and his wife on the couch, and the priest sitting in a chair by a nice roaring fireplace. This is like the common room of the burgomaster's relatively humble cottage. While it's nicer than the cottages that are surrounding the area, it isn't by any means, a mansion of any sort. It's a simple 2-story home, basically.
Can I turn to Anna and just tell her she has a lovely home and thank her for allowing us to visit it?
Yeah, she gives you a polite curtsy and kind of remains quiet. She doesn't have much to say. She seems a little bit dismayed that you guys are here.
Can I also say I'm sorry for your loss?
Yeah, she thanks you in kind for the kind words, and you pick up on a hint of sadness in her voice, as if she's merely saying it out as a formality more than actual meaning.
Can I say I don't mean to pry, but can I ask how he passed? If there's a danger around these parts, I would like the forewarning to avoid it.
Yeah, the burgomaster looks at his wife and she looks at him, and they turn back to you and tells you that he merely died of sickness.
A contagious sickness, or?
Here in the lands of Barovia, since everything is so scant and hard to come by, illness is a pretty common situation here in Barovia, and since they lack any form of a, distinguished or capable medicine person, there are just some illnesses that people contract that they just can't do anything about.
Mm-hmm. Is that what they tell me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's they kind of brush it off as like a very common occurrence, right? Like, it's not a plague by any sorts as far as you could tell. The way that they describe it, it's just very much say the kid got pneumonia in our world, right? Like, this is just a common occurrence in which sometimes people just get sick and there's nothing they can do about it because they lack medicine, so they die.
Can I ask how old he was?
Yeah, Anna starts to tear up and leaves the room. And Dimitri kind of fumbles with his hands and looks forlorn as he says that his one and only son was 14 years old. What's everybody else doing?
Craigie was just about to lean over to Malath and kind of nudge him in the kneecap. Be like, that Anna looked kind of mannish, wouldn't you say?
Oh my god.
What did you say? I will look at the little one and with a puzzled look, as I did not hear what he said through his thick dialect.
That on.
Speak up. Your mouth is quite far from my ear.
Can I pick you up off of it? Because you can say it in my ear.
Puts him on his shoulders. So
Jesus.
That Anna looks a little mannish, don't it?
What?
Puzzled by the word mannish, Malath will just agree begrudgingly. Malath is not a scholar. Neither am I.
Mena's gonna come over and be like, "Can you say it slower?"
I'll shout it too if you like.
Slower!
That Anna looks a bit mannish, don't she?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Whatever you said.
And you just agreed, so.
Yeah, begrudgingly, I guess Malath agreed. But little did you know, Malath finds that hot.
What is this down here? Is this a wall or a?
It's like a... Jesus, I'm sorry.
He's dying. No.
Can I
I'm
Making
coming down
medicine.
with a cold.
Yes, my plan is working.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
The,
no.
the slow peanuts are
Alright, well,
working.
he's got a cold. Let's go do some stuff out of the house. Out of the movies.
Can I ask, okay, who would actually be able to do
It's kind
this?
of like a daybed, Steven. Like a... Damn, what are those called? You know, like one of them fancy couches that old-timey people would kind of like lay on. You know, they're...
Like
like-
a chase type.
Oh, the waiting
Yeah.
couches.
Yeah, it's like a waiting couch. It's not
Can we
quite a
steal it?
sofa. It's like a, you know, an
What?
extravagant, like you could
I-
lay on it type of bench situation.
Extravagant bench.
It's a plush bench.
I'm gonna just be sitting on it over here.
Can I telepathically ask Aldebrand to try to distract Dimitri?
Distract. How am I supposed to do that?
Set your head on
Call
fire.
him over to
No.
talk.
Yeah, turn on your flame on.
Well,
I asked you because you've at least got some charisma.
Would
I'm
I-
pretty
Who am I supposed to ask,
charismatic.
Malak?
Would I be able to?
Definitely not me.
Would I be able
Can't
to
roll.
talk to Dimitri about like any medical questions with
Just
my
try to lure him
insight
over
into
there.
medicine? To distract him for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, sure, whatever.
Oh god.
I'd just like a moment alone with what's his face?
Abbott.
So who's doing
I-
what? So
I am
Aldebrand's
not-
sitting in Malath's gonna go
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
to him, or what?
Yeah,
I'll-
you just gonna
I'll-
sit there?
I will. I guess I'll just move over here and call Dimitri over to me
Okay.
to speak for a moment. How about-
Abbott's still over there, right?
Yeah, as you step out from the crowd to call Dimitri over, the abbot finally gets his eyes on you, and
God damn it.
I need you to roll a perception check.
This shit.
I would also like to say I am using detect thoughts on Abbott as they're doing this because I'm gonna try to pry deeper while he's doesn't know who's doing it.
All right. You said I need to do a what? Perception. All right, I'm gonna do this perception. Fucking here it is.
I cast guidance.
Okay.
roll an additional 1d4, Steven.
Oh Jesus.
I'll walk up next to you. I will help with the conversation.
Oh, there's no
Invite-
Evasive
conversation happening yet.
maneuvers.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
That's an 11.
Still an 11.
Can I cast
Beat the-
guidance
beat
on
the-
myself? Wait,
Pen
no, I
save,
can't do that.
though.
No, because you're already guidance.
Yeah.
You, as Dimitri is walking over towards you, you notice that the abbot seems to have taken an interest in you as he laid eyes on you. You can't quite tell what that's like, what his expressions are, but he very clearly seems to be focused on you. Morgan, since you're detecting his thoughts, all you can perceive is uneasiness.
Okay. I'm going to try to pry deeper into his thoughts, but I know he has to be thinking what I want him to be thinking. So I'm actually gonna say, like, loud enough that he can hear. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I should probably. I'm gonna be over here actually, and I'm gonna say, I've heard of.
You said you wanted to pry deeper into his thoughts?
Yeah, but I'm gonna try to turn his thoughts to a subject. I'm gonna say,
Before that, he has to make a wisdom saving throw, so give me 1 second.
I'm gonna say.
You
yeah,
fail.
figure out I'm gonna use what's the description for it?
Holy fuck.
Is that a good or a bad hold?
I just have the stat block for the abbot,
Oh,
so.
well, a bad one for us.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have to customize some of these guys. Otherwise, he's gonna all die.
He's not that strong combat wise, but for this particular situation,
Oh, his like saves and stuff.
yeah, he's pretty fucking stacked, which makes sense.
He's a holy man. He better be stacked.
Okay, I'm gonna say, I've heard of priests of Markovia, and ask if they're common in these parts. I haven't, but I'm gonna ask that.
Yeah, okay. Run that by me again. You want to ask him what?
If saints, or if priests of Saint Markovia, or I guess I'm gonna ask if Saint Markovia is worshipped in these parts.
Okay, yeah. And I take it as you're asking this, that's when you're trying to do the read thoughts situation.
Yeah, I was trying to turn his thoughts to like what
Okay.
he was trying to do before, and distract him.
As you ask him that question and attempt to kind of delve into his mind, because he succeeds your saving throw, he becomes immediately aware that you were trying to read his thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of aggroing you, he kind of gives you a discerning look. And because of his resistance, he actually forces the psionic energy back on you. And kind of shuts down your concentration on this spell. He overloads your telepathic connection and your ability to detect thoughts.
Do I know? I'm assuming I know that this has happened, right?
Yeah, no, you're like, imagine it as a severe migraine that washes over you in like 3 seconds and then dissipates. Like,
Okay.
he
Just gonna kinda, like,
very forcibly ends the connection.
I'm gonna like flinch and then give him like my most charming look and say, apologies. I am used to having to be on guard among clergy members.
He will give you a wry smile, and he'll kind of clasp his hands in front of him like a clergyman would, and slowly tilts his head to you in the form of like a prayer, and acknowledges that he understands that some clergymen are not to be trusted, and that, to answer your question, Saint Markovia is the only deity worshipped in the valley. It is the predominant religion. Outside of... How do I want to phrase that? Saint Markovia is the only deity in the valley. However, most people nowadays put their faith in something else.
Can I ask what that something else is?
He kind of gives you a sly smile and says that those who are in power and directly influence the land are stronger than any god could ever be.
Can I ask him if it's true that Markovia has the power to raise the dead?
Yeah, he actually becomes elated at this statement and kind of raises his arms out to his sides and says, "Blessed are those who follow Saint Markovia," and he admits that he has the power blessed upon him by Saint Markovia to raise the dead as a vessel. And while he's saying this, Alderon, you're talking with Dimitri. Dimitri overhears that statement, and you can see him become visibly angry. He starts to clench his fists.
Dimitri does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of lean into that, and like put like a kind of a engaged, excited look on my face and ask him if he's ever successfully done it before.
Yes, I do it quite regularly. I am able to raise one person from the dead every single day thanks to the blessings of Saint Markovia. I have brought back many a loved one to those who seek out the saint's power.
Do any of them live here in the village?
They come from all over, but many of them are indeed villagers here in Kretsk.
I'd very much like to talk to one.
He kind of gives you a puzzled look and admits that he doesn't keep a record of those types of things. That
What?
You would have to mingle with the folks of the village in order to figure it out. For reference and context, the villagers routinely pray to Saint Markovia and ask the abbot for these favors. That's why he holds such a stately position here within Kretsk, and it's like a very common occurrence. It's not something that is a specialty. Like, it's not a crazy event for him to make a house call to bring back somebody's lost child or pet or mother or father.
Okay, I'm gonna say it was a pleasure speaking with you. I hope we get the chance to speak again and move back to the party.
Yeah, he brings his hands back together and puts them back down in front of him and resumes his, like, in prayer stature.
And I'm gonna telepathically talk to Aldebaran and say, either that man is a necromancer, or we have just found ourselves in possibly a level of hell.
Oh, lovely.
What's your conversation with Dimitri like?
So during my conversation with him, so yeah, I want to first ask him about, let's go with, ask the Burgomaster about the location of a library.
Yeah, Dimitri lets you know that there isn't what he would classify as a library here in the village of Kretsk, but there is, like a book suppository where tomes of knowledge and readings of interest are kept within the village, as a communal knowledge base, essentially. The majority of the contents of this particular suppository are more along the lines of, like, trade information. There is limited historical text and, like, odds and ends for religious bits relating to Saint Markovia.
Like a records archive?
Yeah, kind of, but public access. It's more there for the benefit of the village, due to the fact of, you know, like I said before, basically everybody has to do a job in order for this place to continue running. And since there aren't people who are really good at those jobs to teach other people, they're all essentially self-taught.
Gotcha.
It's like a community center.
Yeah. Yeah, like a rec center, but with books.
After that,
Study materials. The teachers all.
I would like to ask him if he has any information regarding Yesterhill.
Dimitri doesn't himself, outside of the historical folklore and legends that have been told about Yesterhill, as it's a legend in the modern era. It's essentially just a ruins currently. If you were looking for more historical information, that would be something that you would have to go look for in like those archives. Yeah.
Okay.
And that there may or may not be books about it. He isn't the records keeper. He isn't like, the inventory logger for the building.
Basically,
so he's not exactly sure what they have.
There might be.
Yeah, there might. Yeah. He's very like nonchalant about it. He's like, I don't fucking know, man. That's not my job.
Okay, and then lastly, what about faster travel through Barovia to the other towns, as walking takes quite a lot longer to travel through these parts?
Yeah. Not only does he kind of chuckles, and he says, "Yes, there is a stable master here in town, and we do have wagons and carts that are used for official business. Since you guys have done us a favor, I would be willing to let you guys hire them in order to make your travel." And he kind of jestingly agrees with you that not only would it take a lot longer, but the odds of you surviving the travel would be slim to none because of the dangers on the road anyway.
I'm gonna chuckle.
He finds it very laughable that you would even attempt to cross the lands of Barovia without proper equipment and travel.
As he does that, I'm gonna give him a very stern, like, eye contact as he says that, regarding chances of surviving something horrible, I guess, under that context.
Yeah, he
Not under a magical
Hey,
test,
thanks
like,
for
I'm
the
not
follow, buddy.
activating anything, but
I just now seen
give
that.
him like the
Well,
sense-
unfortunately for fucking you, it's not an activation. So eat shit. You said the magical words. You make eye contact with Dimitri, and his face goes ghost white as he is met with the horrific visions that you had imparted on your fucking party, and he is bombarded by unimaginable horrors.
This man's son just died. Can I give him a telepathic slap?
Dimitri very shakily walks back to the couch and kind of slumps into the couch, seemingly exhausted after looking into your eyes.
Damn it, Steven.
Don't look
Hey,
at anyone's eyes.
Look,
As this
though
happens,
they might fear me, but they still will help me. Okay, I've established
I
that
don't
much.
know. I don't know. They might be so fearful that they
That's-
just decide not to.
Can I telepathically ask Aldebrand that since he just mentally fucked the mayor, can you go ask him why he doesn't want his son brought back to life? Since he's now obliged to listen to Aldebrand.
That might make things worse. Are we sure?
so you want to ask Aldebaran to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Anna.
What did you say, Malath?
I was gonna ask Dimitri something, and then he got fucking.
Mindfuck.
Go talk to him.
Oh,
He's not catatonic.
hands help me.
He just
He's
got
just
forced
you
into a
from one
PTSD
session ago.
episode
Yeah, that's true. You said he's on the couch, or can I just leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
with his face in his hands.
I'm talking to Anna while this is happening.
This is such a bad time. It was perfect.
Meta, Craggy, Galore. Anybody want to
You guys
do
just
anything?
Witnessing as this goes
Craigy's
on.
got an idea, but I don't think anyone would like it very much.
Craggy's like going through all of the like stuff in the house, just seeing if things at eye level are like valuable. Really looking close at like a cigarette holder.
I mean,
This
I'm
house ain't
literally
got
for
shit
sure.
for me.
Yeah, feel free to move your characters around to like, you know, show your positionals while you're investigating the first floor of the manor. If you would like to leave the floor or anything, just let me know.
Is there? What other floors are there? Like, how many floors is this manor? Oops, I moved your.
2.
Sorry about
It's
that.
just 2 floors.
Can I go upstairs?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
You can pop up there while Brendan is talking to Dimitri.
Sick.
Craggy, what are you doing?
Debating.
Okay,
And I
Allure,
motion-
you want
I'm
to be
gonna
doing
motion to
anything?
Craggy, like, come on.
Can I like kind of look around? I'll start with this room that we're in and kind of, or well, shit, he's distracted. Can I go in a room over here? And like look
I
around?
don't think it is a room. I think that was a bench.
Yeah, it's
right?
just this is just like a
The
couch.
big open room?
What have we to do here still?
Yeah.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking the party.
I'm talking to Anna.
Sounds like we just wasted our time.
I wanted to ask her. I wanted to tell her that. Is it Father Abbott? Would that be appropriate to refer to him like that?
No, Abbott is the title, technically, but a lot of
Yeah,
Abbots
Oh.
just relinquish their actual name.
And
Oh.
as far as you can tell throughout the
The
conversation,
Abbott, then?
Yeah.
yeah, throughout the
Okay.
conversation that you have witnessed, it's pretty much he's just referred to himself as Abbott, or has been referred to by the others in the conversation as Abbott.
Okay, I'm gonna. When I walk over to her, I'm gonna say, Abbott told me he could bring your son back.
Yeah, give me 1 second. We're gonna do
I'm
the
gonna trust that man.
we're gonna do the conversation with Brendan and Dimitri first, and then we'll get to that one.
Oh, okay.
What did
trust that
you
man.
want to ask him,
Probably.
Brendan, or talk to him about?
I wanted to ask him if he had heard of, or if he knows of anybody, as the mayor of the town, if he knows of any of his citizens that were brought back to life through the Saint of Markovia.
Oh, by the Abbot.
Oh, yeah, by the Abbot, yeah.
But to
he-
be fair, does Malath know that?
No,
We know that. Oh,
technically, but it's whatever. It's a conversational piece. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he removes his hands from his face, and the color begins to return to his cheeks as he begins to kind of get red in the face with anger, and he actually grabs you by your collar and pulls you in relatively violently, and
You're strong as fuck.
very close to your ear tells you that unfortunately many of his citizens, more of them than not, have been touched by that devil of an abbot.
okay.
Didn't like the necrom. I mean,
Does he have? Okay. Would he be able to give us a name of or?
No. He does not like the fact that the abbot is bringing people back from the dead, and he is Jesus, I'm sorry.
Gesundheit.
Like he said, the more of his townsfolk than not, per family, have been, you know, brought back from the dead, or has had a relative brought back from the dead than he would like.
Okay. That was really all I wanted to ask him. So happened to be right after that.
Hold the breath.
I'm gonna kind of approach him as well and thank him for his kindness and generosity.
Yeah, he very carefully avoids looking at your face, but he is friendly with you and says, you know, no problem. Thank you for all you've done for the village so far. And he's kind of like brush offish. Like he doesn't quite want to be having this conversation with you, but he's not necessarily like opposed or angry that he is speaking with you.
I'll take that as a normal response and turn and head back into like the main foyer area.
Craigie
Sure.
wants to walk up and be like, "So I heard you lost a son."
Sorry, your son
Dimitri,
died.
in his slumped posture, he is kind of gives you a puzzling and startled look as he's not. It doesn't commonly run into species from the Underdark, so he's like taken aback by the fact that there is a 3'5" pale-skinned dark gnome standing in front of him, and he doesn't quite know how to like react, and he's just like, "Thank you," and kind of goes back to nursing his headache.
So does that mean I can have his baldy?
Are you?
Are you asking him that?
Yep.
He becomes enraged and stands up. Make a dexterity saving
Oh
throw.
fuck.
Now I'm just fucked up.
I hope you roll a nat 1.
9.
That this guy's not with me, I swear.
He punts you across the room and into a chair. Take 3 blunt damage.
I will not be healing Craggy for that.
No.
Oh, you cunt! The big one said I could.
No, I'm not.
He is too angry for words and isn't looking to actually fight you, and storms off into the main area and goes upstairs.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can I hide while I'm up there?
On the second floor, there's essentially like 3 rooms. One of them would be like a washroom similar to a basement. Or a bathroom. Not quite a toilet, but, you know, something akin to like an outhouse that they can somehow get rid of the, you know, the excrement and such. And then it has like a tub in it and whatever. And then there's 2 bedrooms. One of them being quite large and the other one looking like a child's room. Where would you like to be? Because you were up there before he was up there, so where would you like to be?
I don't know. Are there any good hiding spots? Like any toy chests I could just like squeeze into, or like beds I could hide under?
You have 3 rooms to choose from, so pick a room.
I'm gonna run into the
See if
kids'
you
room.
can find
probably.
the dead boys' room.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, there is indeed like a, you know, like a legitimate treasure chest that, you know, is home to some toys. Shoddy wooden constructions of, you know, simple demeanor, horses, things like that. There is a wardrobe, like a, you know, like a standing 2-door wardrobe, and a bed.
I'm gonna hide in the wardrobe and crack the door ever so slightly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine. You open up the wardrobe and you're able to squeeze yourself in there. You're hunched over a bit as it's a little too small for you, but you're able to successfully clamber inside of the wardrobe and leave the door cracked open a touch.
Okay, cool.
Clamber.
Okay, we'll pick up this conversation with Morrigan and Anna. She is sitting at a like head spot of a table. This is like the kitchen, like not the kitchen, like the dining room. There's like a semi-long farm table with benches on either side that seem to have been moved relatively recently.
Yeah, I'm just
And she
gonna, like,
is sobbing
slowly walk up
uncontrollably.
and- Oh, okay. I'm gonna kind of slowly walk up and kind of like lean against the table, and just say, I'm so sorry for your loss. I spoke with the abbot, and he mentioned he could bring your son back.
Yeah, she's uncontrollably sobbing and kind of waves a hand at you in acknowledgement of your condolences, and doesn't engage in the conversation. She's still crying.
I'm gonna like huff and then turn back to her and say, I'm gonna say, why doesn't your husband want to bring your son back?
She is still sobbing and is able to choke out something along the lines of consequences. It's kind of unintelligible because she's crying so hard and there isn't much context, and the only thing you can make out from what she's trying to communicate to you in this downtrodden state is that for whatever reason, it seems that it's common that there are some form of consequences for those who bring back the dead.
Equivalent exchange, fuckers. They always teach this in Warlock School.
Huh?
Equivalent exchange.
The law of equivalent exchange.
Oh, yeah.
To gain something of
Must be lost.
something of equal value must be lost. They teach that in Warlock School. Duh. The book told me.
Warlocks are
okay.
the closest thing to an alchemist that we have.
Yeah, right?
Can I ask her if she has any friends that I could help her grieve?
She
Like,
begins
she's
to
fucking
wail
alone.
even harder.
Okay.
And
Can I-
and kind of collapses onto her side, onto the bench, and covers her face as she falls into an even deeper state of despair.
Can I cast friends on her? And then just, like, put my arms around her and put her head on my shoulders so that she'll actually get, like, comfort from my presence.
Yeah, I'll give you a free stealth cast for that too, so that she is aware that. Is that way she's not aware that you're
Yeah, I was like, well, if
casting a spell
Yeah.
on her.
Craggy could help.
No,
Craggy, I think has been punted across the room.
No,
Recovered from the
the best medicine for sadness is laughter. I could give her Tasha's laughter.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Jesus. Is she calming down at all?
She is resumed crying in a normal state, and seems to be comforted by your presence, although she is still overcome with grief.
I'm just gonna keep like sitting with her and just like there.
I'm gonna be listening in on this. See if I can
Roll a perception check. Steven. Yeah. Yeah, you are able to effectively eavesdrop through the door without having to enter the room. Mena, at the sound of Dimitri stomping up the staircase, you have chosen to hide in the wardrobe of his dead son, and Dimitri angrily stomps into the room and collapses onto the floor, and you can hear him begin to sob and cry heavily in the same room as you.
You made a grown man sob.
Yeah, that ain't the first time and it won't
And
be
if
the
it
last.
comes down to it- if it comes down to it, I'm just gonna teleport myself out of here.
That's true. She could see.
Yeah, you are currently in the wardrobe with the door slightly cracked. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna stay in here and stay as quiet as possible.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Him talking to his
He
dad.
yeah, he is sobbing heavily as you are hiding in the wardrobe.
It just feels wrong, like I shouldn't have come upstairs, but here I am.
Can she find a
I think
broom?
it was worse that you hid in the
Does
wardrobe.
she have to see
Hold on.
where she's teleporting for her teleport?
She
Dennis,
does indeed have to have line of sight. However, she does have a cracked door.
Hold on, can she just find a broom in the closet and like reach it out from the closet and just kind of pat his back?
Oh my god.
There.
Oh my god.
A broom
I don't-
approaches out of nowhere from the closet.
I don't think he'd take very kindly to that.
No. he
He'd
turns
probably
his
take
head
more
up.
kindly than to me.
No, he turns his head up. It's his son.
Can I see a window? Through
What
the
do you
crack?
mean
not-
teleport out the window
Not
into
from
the
your
air?
wardrobe.
Onto
Oh,
the
dang.
right
You are
outside.
facing the door that you came in from. And thank God it's still open.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just gonna stay here for a minute.
Yes,
I
that's
chose the
fine.
wrong room to hide in.
Alright.
See if you can wait it out. I mean,
Uh,
technically, you
now
could
that's
just
what
wait
are
it
you
out
doing?
until they leave.
Since Dimitri stormed off upstairs.
Yeah, you are
After
a complete
fucking-
witness, by the way, to Craggy getting
Yeah,
absolutely
Bodied.
blasted across the fucking room.
I'm just gonna look at him and say, "You deserve that one, small man."
I wasn't talking about you, you fuck.
Then,
I said the
When-
big one. You assumed.
The abbot, by the way, is just sitting in the chair sipping tea as this goes down. He is very much so seeming to be uninterested in the goings-ons.
and the goings on.
Oi,
What are you gonna say, Craig?
go look at the abbot. Be like, oi, you fuck. What the fuck happened there? I just wanted a couple measly body parts.
He tries to hide a smirk as he sips his tea and just kind of shrugs his shoulders at you. Roll an insight check.
Okay, yeah, I want to see if I can tell what a sick fuck he is too. 19.
You very clearly pick up on what appears to be a shared annoyance at the fact that neither of you are getting what you want, and that seems to be relatively common in its end goal for some reason.
I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna walk up and lean in a little bit closer to the abbot and be like, "I'll see you a kinky fuck too."
He
This is a clergyman, sir.
He is slightly angered and says, "How dare you put it that way? For me, it's no satisfaction. It's no personal satisfaction to me. However, the ends justify the means."
You still get off on it, you fuck.
Ask him what the means are.
He has a scowl on his face, and he continues to sip his tea and kind of disengages.
What means do you want?
You wouldn't get paid enough for this crap.
What's in it for you?
Now he just has this pestering fucking gnome
Yeah.
looking at him over his kneecaps.
He was still scowling. You know, he's unhappy to be in this conversation. But he alludes to the fact that all he wants is what's good for the people of Barovia and what's good for the inhabitants of Kretsk.
Yeah.
And that he just simply wants them to be happy.
And all I want is that fancy chair.
Can you carry it?
He has a puzzled look on his face and isn't quite sure what you mean, so he goes back to sipping his tea.
I feel like this man isn't sure if this conversation is a fever dream or not.
I'm just gonna walk away at that point. He's not worth my fucking time. He's a waste of my time. Actually, I'm ready. I'm at the door waiting for everyone else at this point already.
He's ever seen a deep gnome either.
I'm just gonna stand at the door, arms crossed, tapping my big ass
Surprisingly
feet.
enough, he does not seem dismayed or confused at all to see Craggy.
That's how I know he's a kinky fuck. He don't give me the looks that y'all do.
Well,
He's a dirty boy. Dirty Abbott.
Craggy, I'm gonna need you to stop saying these things.
Time to stop right now. Nope, we're done right there.
So are we
I thought I was horny.
What are we doing upstairs, and are we trying to?
I actually.
Well, the Underdark is pretty dirty, to be quite
actually-
literal. So like, get your mind out of the gutter.
Malath, what are you doing?
I want to follow Dimitri upstairs after his explosive
Oh god.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
episode.
Okay.
Let's see.
Look.
You
Therapist Malath at work, I guess.
My
You
savior.
walk upstairs and follow the sounds of deep
Of a weeping
sobs
man.
to the
Oh.
child's room, and you see Dimitri sitting on the bed holding I wouldn't quite call it a stuffed animal.
Right.
A crudely sewn doll with no features, wearing like a sailor's uniform type situation. You know, like slacks and a button-down shirt type of deal. But there's no features. There's no face or anything like that. It's just like a cotton doll.
Okay. Before I enter the room, can I ask if I can come in?
Yeah, you politely knock on the door, and Dimitri gets up and kind of hides his face with one hand and slams the door in your face.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm trapped.
You're now tripped.
Maybe if the Goliath.
He, from the other side of the door, you can hear him ask you not to tell anybody that you saw him sobbing. He is very clearly trying to save face and has been putting on an act since the passing of his son. And being the leader of this town, he has certain responsibilities and like a professional demeanor to carry himself as such.
I'll tell him that his secret is safe with me. But trying to hide how you truly feel in critical situations like this is only gonna lead to him bottling it up further and having more anger and resentment throughout his life. And if you'd like to talk about it, Malath is an excellent listener. Clearly,
roll a persuasion check.
I'm an excellent listener.
Okay.
Some
see.
random fuck wandering
And,
into your dead son's bedroom.
You
Wait.
have shifted from elatement that your party member has come to the door and sheer panic at the sound of the door slamming.
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything while all of this is going on?
I
Kick
don't
out
know
the
what
door.
to do.
Could I?
Technically, you haven't like looked at anything. You're just hiding in the wardrobe. You haven't even peeked out the door yet.
Could I also argue that Malath gets advantage? That was some touching words right there.
Yeah. I'd give you like an inspiration type situation for this. Yeah, go ahead and
Alright.
roll persuasion with advantage.
All right.
Got you,
to God.
buddy.
And I told you.
A +1 and you got an at 20?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
Stay alive. Damn.
Yeah, Dimitri actually
Wasn't your
opens up
other
the
roll
door
like a 3?
and embraces you deeply in a hug. As he sobs into the front of your tunic.
Yeah.
Can I sneak out? Let me
I
out.
mean, they're in the doorway.
Yeah, we are in the doorway. And unfortunately, you have a 320-pound, 8-foot tall Goliath blocking the doorway.
Just hang in there. Just hang in there.
Is there a window I can just jump out of?
There is a window in the room. Would you like to exit the wardrobe?
Yes.
Are you in stealth?
Roll a stealth check.
Is his back to her? Like, cause
Yeah,
Malak came through the doorway,
roll
so
a
he's
stealth check.
facing the doorway
Excuse me.
right now.
Roll a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah. You just have to be quiet.
Because he is currently nestled in Malat's arms.
Very big arms.
Very big arms.
Crying uncontrollably.
Like
some sort of a pussy.
When I sneak out the window, I want to hang from the window.
Did you roll your stealth
Oh,
check?
we're still rolling a stealth check on whether or not you make it out of the fucking wardrobe.
Okay. Okay.
You make it out of the wardrobe. You're successfully able to sneakily open the door and step ever so gently outside of the wardrobe. You are now standing in the child's bedroom with Dimitri embracing Malath in the one and only door. There is a window to your right that overlooks the graveyard and the tree line.
So you could teleport
Oh
outside.
yeah, that is a good idea. I can teleport through the window, correct?
Yeah, it just requires line of sight. Anywhere up to 30 feet as long as you can see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna go.
Sure.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you teleport out of the room and you appear on the backside of the fencing of the graveyard in the backyard. You're essentially standing at the tree line outside of the fence of the graveyard, behind the burgomaster's house.
Malath, are you going to give the burgomaster a therapy?
Yeah. I will as gently as I can, as a fucking behemoth, pat the burgomaster on his back and kind of
burping a baby.
I'll say. Those are strong tears of a strong man. And I would invite him to have a long heart-to-heart about his son if he is open to it.
Yeah, sure. You guys, he begins to vent to you about his grief and goes over happy memories that he has of his child with you. You guys have about a 45-minute long conversation on the bed of his deceased child.
At 45 minutes, I feel like is when Craiggie's gonna start yelling.
Well, can I ask if he's so, like, distraught about and, like, super angry about everybody just suggesting him to bring his son back to life, would he include that in his conversation with Malath?
Yeah.
Like, venting about it and,
Yeah,
and telling him, like, why he doesn't want that to happen?
Along the same lines of what Anna has to say, while he's venting about the resurrection of his child, he states that too many people have come back from the dead in various shoddy mental states. Anywhere ranging from incredible violent tendencies to just downright out of their goddamn minds. Like when they come back, they don't come back as the same person anymore. They have some sort of a defect. Now this doesn't happen to everybody, but it is incredibly common. It's so risky that Dimitri doesn't want to like possibly impart that onto his child.
Right. I won't try to push any decision onto him. But I would like to ask him if he would like us to
Hold on. Aren't you a fucking cleric?
Yeah, I am. That's why I'm so interested in talking to Dimitri about it. But I wanted him to open up about it. I'm not gonna talk to the fucking abbot. He's a nut.
He's my kind of nut. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with him.
Get that?
He seems fine to me.
Likes his nut.
Craigie likes him.
I feel like your kind of nut is a little smaller than his kind of nut.
Whoa.
No, Croggy just wants.
Why are you staring under loincloths, bro? That's an invasion of privacy.
Oh, it's a fucking necromancy spell.
I will speak with the dead.
No.
No.
Revivify.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Craigie was so interested in the abbot.
Yeah, only the...
Ooh, all of them are. Every spell that brings somebody back from the dead is necromancy.
Uh-huh.
The definition of necromancy,
I'm surprised that clerics don't have...
Well, if I would have
Well, yeah, but it would make sense to me that clerics has,
some
you know,
clerics have
like a
access to
light
necromancy.
version.
Clerics
Yeah,
have no, clerics can stave off death later on in levels, but they cannot bring someone back from death.
Yeah, no, you can get Revivify.
There's a subclass.
Yes,
for
yeah.
life domain.
But you guys are missing what me and Eric are trying to communicate. In the form of lawful good, without having to go into necromancy spell casting.
Oh, well,
Right.
I think it's inherently
surprised clerics
because
don't.
bringing people back from the dead is not lawful good.
Yeah,
Well,
it
that
kind of depends on the action of it, right?
Lawful
At least-
good.
Yeah,
divine
obviously
intervention.
the spell itself, no, but like in most stories, bringing people back from the dead has pretty, like this, like
horrific
it wouldn't be,
consequences.
That's true.
like a lawful good.
Which is
Right.
wild that Revivify is just a level 3 spell that all necromancers can cast. That's kind of
kinda
insane. Well, anybody who has access to necromantic magic can just cast that at level 3, which is nuts. I think there's a time, like a time delay on it.
Yeah, you can only do it so
doesn't it
often.
Only
brings
cast
you up-
Revivify on people who have died within a certain amount of time.
And doesn't it just restore you to like 1 health?
Yeah, but you can heal from there.
Yeah, you can heal from there. It's still the act of bringing somebody back from the dead, which is, like, in D&D lore, as a level 3 magical spell, crazy early. Like, not a very powerful spell to just bring somebody back from the dead. Regardless of what state they come back in, like, Revivify says there's no consequences outside of the fact that you come back to life with 1 HP.
Technically, it costs 300 GP.
That's true. Technically,
a lot.
Revivify does have an equal costing cost of 300 GP in the form of material.
We've learned the price of a human life is 300 gold pieces.
Whoa.
Yeah, according to Gary
spell
Gygax.
cannot restore a creature that has died of old age or missing body parts. Imagine if you just tried to restore someone with like a missing head.
Well, you could do like mending on the head and the neck. See if you can
Don't think it works on organic matter.
Yeah, it does.
Guys,
Oh,
you
does
can
it?
make
Mending works on
Frankenstein.
organic
Yeah.
matter? That's ridiculous.
Skin is
I
a
have
material.
that.
Alright.
That's
Fire
scary.
mending.
You could do mending, put whatever part it is.
Oi!
You have enough survival to put them back together, and
Yeah,
Craggy?
we're focusing on the wrong thing.
Is Craggy getting upset?
We got
Anyway.
shit to do!
We've
Craig's
been in
like
this house
throwing rocks
forever.
at the window.
No, he's throwing rocks at the expensive things in the building.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm already
As your-
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mena
why
is
don't you
gone.
go
The party
do
is
something?
unaware. By the way, the party is
Do you need to
completely
be baking
unaware that Mena went up there and consequently teleported outside. Even Malath is not privy to this information because the stealth check was
So good?
Too good.
yeah, so good, yeah.
On point.
Oh shit, okay.
Um,
Out here,
As
exploring the
Craggy
graveyard.
yells that he would like to leave and depart because you guys, and I quote, have shit to do.
Spent 45 minutes sitting.
The abbot, actually 45 minutes hasn't even passed. While you're having this conversation, Malath, Craggy yells out and the abbot enters the room and actually agrees with Craggy and calls for the burgomaster and his wife to rejoin him.
Before we leave the room, I'd like to give him like a bro hug. Okay. Stay there and tell him to not waver in his beliefs and don't let
Brendan,
the
you
abbot.
need to care more for these actions.
Yeah, I do. Sorry. And tell him to not let the abbot push him towards a decision he doesn't want. He is the maker of his own destiny. He can find solace in many other ways than trying to bring back something that was lost.
Craig is gonna elbow the abbot one more time and be like, good luck getting your rocks off him.
He kind of kicks his leg out towards you as if he was shooing away a small child, and kind of gives you a disapproving look.
My beard's...
It is very clear that he finds you to be some sort of an annoyance.
And my beard's better. And I just walk out.
After that, can I, when I walk down,
subconsciously removes his hood and kind of strokes his small, like, scruff what's the word I'm looking for here? You've essentially
self-consciously?
Like,
yeah.
Self-consciously, yes. He investigates his beard and kind of gives it a little bit of a scrub.
For those that don't understand, my notes about my character description do specifically say luscious as fuck beard.
Nice. Would expect nothing less.
Does Dimitri have anything to say to me after I said that, Alec? Or
do that as well?
No, he embraces you in that hug and agrees with you, and he seems to be reassured and quite stalwart. His confidence begins to return, and he seems to be full of life now, full of hope. You seem to have effectively cut through his grief, and he has become resolute in his decision not to raise his child from the dead.
Perfect. When I walk downstairs after this, is the door closed to the residence now? Did Craggy close it at all?
Oh hell no! I left it wide open. They can pay for that heat.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It's like the 15th fucking century. Yeah, sure.
And damn it, that's not as effective now. Okay, that's fine. I'll just walk past the abbot and give him a glare, as I am disapproving in his faith's beliefs of bringing back people who have died.
Yeah, he matches your gaze and does not seem to be deterred by any way.
Can I, before I leave, Anna, can I just, while I'm like holding her, can I just tell her, do not let your grief alone guide your actions at this time.
Yeah, roll a persuasion check.
Fuck, I should have asked Anna if I could have the kid's
20.
remains.
Nat 20?
Mm-hmm.
This is good. All right, yeah, sure. Yeah, you're able to console her, and she seems to calm down a bit. Still very much so feeling, the same depth of sadness, but her sobbing begins to choke out. And she kind of gives you a look of like, well, what else am I? As she looks at you with this sadness, she asks you, what am I supposed to do? I can't just let my bloodline die out. Me and my husband are much too old, and without a son, and no way to continue on the heir, our family name dies here.
And then I'll respond with, and what state would the village be in if it was ruled by a person? Oh, I don't know that. Do I?
Nope.
I guess. But she did tell me that bringing people back has consequences.
You wouldn't be privy to what those consequences are.
So, I guess I'll just say, I don't know what these consequences you speak of are, but consider the village and what's best for it, as well as what's best for your family.
Yeah, she seems to take your words to heart, and kind of sits up in the bench to like ponder what you've said.
Okay, yeah. And I oops. I can't.
Move it out of the way.
Character. I was like standing as I was saying that, but yeah. I'm gonna just bid her farewell and rejoin everyone.
Yeah, sorry, give me 1 second. There is information I need.
Dum, 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 dum.
We all need information.
Okay. Okay, but what happens if not, though? Okay. Sure.
You gonna have to
Yeah, everybody.
whatever it is.
Everybody rejoins. In the.
Foyer.
Yeah, in the foyer as the abbot and Craggy call for everybody. And the abbot bays
Wait,
that
what?
Wait, what?
When did I call for everybody?
When you were storming out.
I'm
Oh.
retconning your decision.
When you were
you're
screaming
essentially
throughout the
going
house
to
and
interrupt the
hitting
45-minute conversation with your actions and interruptions, which baits the abbot to come in and also interrupt the conversation because he has the goal of
Two dick souls.
still finishing the conversation that they were having prior to you guys essentially coming here and fucking his day up.
Yeah, good.
As you're all in the foyer, the abbot kind of has a commanding presence and is pleading with Dimitri and Anna to let him raise their son from the grave, and he imparts upon them that the gods of light demand that the Kretskova bloodline continues.
They can just have another kid, though.
No, they're old as shit.
Yeah.
Can I point out that
Adopt!
missing and that we don't have all of our party? As I look around, has everyone gathered?
Roll a perception check.
Uh-oh. She's about to look at a wall.
That's a real nice banister.
Oh, shit!
I
Yeah,
changed
you
mine.
you very easily notice that Mena is not amongst you. What would you like to do with that information?
I mean, I wouldn't really call that to their attention, considering that they might just think she's still in the house, hiding, or
Can I
not leaving.
ask to use their bathroom in hopes that they have one upstairs so I can look for her upstairs? Because that's
What?
the last time I saw her.
I said we just leave her.
Maggie's literally never getting out of here. Like, do we really care? She's wandered off 7 million times.
Or are there any windows?
Craggy
Wait,
walks out the open door and leaves.
Are
We
there
need to
any
know what
windows
she does
that I
after she's
can look?
teleported. Because she could just come around back to the front of the house. Like, we don't...
Yeah, we don't know. We
But we
didn't
should
give her.
ask during this
Yeah, like,
time.
Mena,
Well,
what are you
how about we
doing?
ask Menno
I'm
what
scoping
Mena's
out the
doing?
graveyard.
What I'm trying to
Okay,
figure
you're
out.
hanging out, checking out the
Wandering
graveyard. Sure, yeah.
around the grave.
Yeah,
Any
you
windows around?
after the abbot. Yeah, there's windows on the first floor. Yeah, sure.
Can I look like wander off for a moment while they're all distracted saying
Yeah,
goodbyes to try and like
Yep.
look
While
out
they're
the
having this
windows?
conversation, you go to look for a window on the first floor.
Because Mena is really weird in the things she
Um,
does, and I wouldn't be surprised if she somehow.
Craggy's left. Alora's gone to look for a window. Morrigan and Aldebaran, Malath, you see the abbot again trying to pressure the two of them into resurrecting their son. Would you like to do anything about that?
I'm just gonna, just remain stoic at Anna's side.
I will.
I don't really care what she does, like, either way, but just as long as she, like, takes my words to heart.
I will. I'll have faith that Dimitri took my words to heart and will continue to harbor his his belief that he will not let the abbot have his way with his son's dead body.
Sure. Yeah, Dimitri is standing quite firm and resolute. His back very straight, his chest puffed forward. The relatively timid, weathered man that you guys met when you first came to Kretsk is long gone and replaced by somebody who seems resolute in his determination. And he tells the abbot that he will not allow him to bring his son back from the dead And surprisingly, Anna, who, while sad and is staring at the floor, gazes upon her husband lovingly and grips his arm and kind of flashes Morrigan a quick head nod and stands firm in that decision as well, and backs her husband and tells the abbot that he is not allowed to raise their son from the dead. This seems to irritate the abbot. He's not angry, he's annoyed. And that is very clear on his facial expressions as he kind of furrows his brow. And he bids them both a good day and goes to leave the house.
Okay.
Is anybody standing near the door?
Yep. Craig is still outside of it.
Brendan?
No, I am. Well, I'm standing like right here, because I walked to the door past him and glared at him.
Sure. I'll give both of you the ability to have a perception check. Brendan, roll yours at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, dang, 215?
13.
Uh,
Out of 20.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Craggy, you can hear the abbot in a hurried pace begin to walk out of the building as he crosses the threshold and passes you. As he was walking towards the door and exiting the building, you could hear him kind of mumbling to himself. Malath, you were able to make out those words as he was passing you by and hurriedly leaving the estate. And you hear him say something along the lines of, "There are other ways to get what I want," and that Ilya's body will roam the earth once more.
As the abbot's walking by, I don't hear shit, but I'm gonna be like, no rocks for you today, eh?
He, in a fit of non-composure, actually kind of kicks his foot back at you, as, you know, like how a horse would kind of kick back. He attempts to, like, kick dust up at your face.
Craig is gonna
He's
laugh.
a centaur trapped in a human body.
Hearing what he said, since I am lawful good, can I yell at him as he's leaving? Would I be able to threaten him?
Oh my god, you will not touch that boy's body.
Yeah, can I spout
Thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy booming voice at him as he's leaving?
Try to intimidate the abbot.
Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna try it. Yeah.
I mean, he's a
in the
cleric
name-
too. This is a cleric off.
Yeah.
It's true.
In the name
Sure,
of
roll,
advocating. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Roll an intimidation.
Okay.
With advantage.
How do you have a -1 to
I
intimidation?
don't. I have a +1.
Oh, I'm blind.
With
sorry.
advantage? Yeah, because of thaumaturgy.
Yeah, because it's thaumaturgy.
Dang.
Ugh.
Finally had a break. Sucks.
Yeah, your words cut clear through to the abbot, and he seemingly ignores you, although he kind of gives you a... he gives you a look over his shoulder where his facial expressions kind of spell out, like, yeah, we'll see about that.
Okay.
Ooh, a cleric off.
And he very quickly disappears into the throngs of citizens that are moving about Kretz during these hours, and begins to walk back towards the abbey.
Can
Okay.
I,
Hungry.
since can I look out the window
It's
and
not-
see Mena in the graveyard and then continue?
You see Mena standing on the outskirt fence towards the backside of the graveyard, like among the tree line, yeah.
And now, since I know where she's at and it's safe for now, I'm gonna rejoin and try and say, hey, we should hit the road.
Yeah, sure. Dimitri and Anna bid you both, bid all of you a good day, and thanks you again. Dimitri reminds you to go speak with the stable master if you would like to hire them to transport you to wherever it is you will go. Dimitri gives Malath like another grateful bow, and Anna gives Morrigan a deep and polite curtsy.
I assume everyone heard what Malas said to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Everybody is very much aware, with the exception. Actually, no, I used thaumaturgy, so even Mena heard.
Yeah.
When everyone's found.
Question.
Yeah.
Is their son's body buried in this graveyard?
Yeah, we saw it earlier.
Yeah, you could see the graveyard has several disturbed plots that look to have been like not recently dug up, no. Not dug up by people. You notice that some of those graves have very clearly been dug up by like claws or hands. And there is one undisturbed plot that is fresh with a shovel stuck in the ground nearby. You are able to make out on the headstone that is indeed Ilya's grave.
I just wanted to make sure it was still there after encountering the necromancer and stuff.
Would I be able to walk back to the graveyard?
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
Oh.
What's everybody else doing? Craggy, you guys meet back up at the front door with the exception of Mena.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk out and ask Allure where everyone else is.
Oops. Well, Mena's over by the graveyard. I saw her when I realized she was missing out inside the house. I don't know how she got there. And then I believe everyone else just walked by to head towards the graveyard.
Craigie wants to lean over to Mala and say, you know, none of this would even be a problem if they just let me take the body.
You don't...
I will disapprovingly look at Craggy and resist the urge to also punt him.
Craigie looks up at Malice and says, don't look down on me.
Can I, with Craiggie's comment, can I, like, look at him and, like, can I catch him off guard and try and slap him?
In what context?
What do you mean?
Like slap him on the face? Just like kind of like slap him on the back of the head?
Like slap him across the face.
Oh damn.
I mean, you'd have to roll to hit.
Yeah, get a roll to hit. I have a hellish rebuke on standby.
What would that be?
Unarmed strike.
Just so you know, hellish rebuke is like 2d10. And it's guaranteed.
It is a reaction.
Yep.
Does a 13 hit you?
You lucked out.
Well, it still has a saving throw.
I do, yeah.
You
I have a
attempt to
17.
slap Craggy in the face, and you end up just kind of like tapping him in the shoulder. With no real force, but your disapproval is very evident.
He swatted you.
Like an old Southern grandma when you do something.
Yep.
Craggy, do you have a response?
Craig just gonna give it an old hearty laugh, just
We don't touch dead bodies around here.
We don't touch dead bodies.
What's dead is dead and it stays dead.
Hey, when you grow up in the sewers, you gotta move what's in your fucking way.
Alderaan, Morgan, what are you guys doing? You guys
I'm
walked
literally
out?
just leaning against the house waiting for everybody to stop fucking around in the graveyard.
Oh, now we stop waiting for people to fuck around. Okay.
Craggy, stop taking
How
so
convenient.
long.
Gonna be
Look, Craggy's
She's
not
gonna be
waiting
my
for
first
you.
sacrifice.
Steven, in reference to your question, you didn't see anything, only Morgan saw the creatures.
No, I made a perception check for it.
Yeah,
did you?
too.
Saw the graveyard. And then you said I had
We
to
both
make a
saw.
spell, and I saw the eyes dart off through the wooded area.
He's
towards
the only one that
You've-
stopped with me.
You've well and truly missed your ability to make some form of a history check or a survival check at that. But you can investigate the graves if you want.
My my thought process is adding all of this together, coming around, seeing the disturbed graveyard, listening to the abbot making forms
since
of necromancy.
like-
This is like a realization is why I was going.
You're kind of connecting the dots, and that leads your character to want to investigate the graves. So if you would like, yes, you could make.
Okay, then I'll run. I'll
give you.
What would that?
I'll give you.
What would that be,
guidance
Eric?
Again, Steven, for this.
An investigation?
No, he's trying to connect the creatures that they saw with the way that the graves are torn up. Was that technically a survival, or is that an investigation? Since he's trying
allows
to
you to
identify.
deduce how
Well,
something works.
I feel like him making that realization as a player also works for that as his character, because this was not information you fed him.
So an investigation.
Sure.
Or would it be perception?
I'm honestly saying
No,
I think he
it's his
just gets
background
it,
per
but
monster
needing
hunter.
to look into it.
Perception
I
can
see.
be
I would say investigation for like monster hunting and tracking.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an investigation, Steven.
Well,
Do I
okay,
roll that with
tracking would
advantage
probably be
with
survival, but
proficiency, or do I add proficiency in a different way?
Roll one more time.
Or does proficiency add anything to the investigation?
What do you have for proficiency? Investigation or survival?
I have investigation, insight, arcana, and persuasion are all the ones I'm proficient in.
Since you're gonna lean into your character's background, go ahead and use an investigation with advantage.
Okay, I will do that.
Add a 1d4 to it just in case.
Yeah, because Brennan gave you guidance.
I will
Is
do
that a cantrip?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh,
An
Would
infinite
be a
cantrip.
15.
wow.
Yeah,
You
you're
could have given
lucky.
us guidance that entire time, and you didn't.
Well, it's
I
still a
gave
touch-
guidance out.
Yeah, it's still
I have to
something that
touch
I
though
would-
too. Like
I
you
would
walked
like to
away, I couldn't
walking
just
up,
give you.
yeah.
And it has to be before
Yeah.
any checks. Spur of the
Yeah.
moment things are a bit harder to do guidance on because there has to be a strike balance somewhere,
Oh,
or else
yeah,
you would
like,
technically just have
when we were
guidance all the
trying
time.
like when we were trying to sneak into the
Well,
house to listen.
I guess he would have to make a perception check on me being like, I'm trying to add all this stuff together, and
Well,
he would
I was
make
also
some
planning.
sort of reference to it.
I was also planning on looking at
That's
the grave
how I would play
myself.
that.
So
I wasn't sure if me. looking around
you
and stuff
you
or-
score a 15 total. You're able to deduce that the creatures that had torn up these graves were very clearly from like a diminutive bloodline, although you're not familiar with this particular creature type. There are a lot of inconsistencies in how the graves are dug up. You're able to very clearly make out 5 claw marks, which is uncommon for small creatures. And you're not very aware in common knowledge of what type of creature would be that small and still remain that humanoid. Because even things like goblins and kobolds have fewer than 5 fingers.
Like a mutt monster, like something like a small monster-esque, but like some weird, like bastardized mix.
Yeah.
Of it. That's,
Yes.
Maybe like a ghoul.
It's not something very clearly identified.
How would I reference that to the party, though? Because I'm seeing, like,
I mean,
obviously,
you could describe it
just
however
let
you
them
see
know.
fit. You know, it's a small creature that confuses you. I mean, your character would be relatively perplexed at the fact that the sizing doesn't match up for the claw marks
Brendan,
and the dexterity
Can you
that's
put your
shown
character sheet?
and the intelligence to dig
Your
up a grave
character
in the
sheet?
first place.
Gotcha.
you might want to do a
Yeah,
survival check.
I'll reference
Try
to
to
the.
track.
Yeah, I got it.
I will reference to
Wait a
the
minute.
party that there are
Since you're a guide.
inconsistencies with the claw marks versus, the sightings that we've like kind of pulling everything together, because the Burgomeisters wouldn't have dug up graves in their graveyard, and I saw something, so 2 small, like, shadows, basically glare at me for a second and run off. and they may have been the ones digging in this graveyard, but it doesn't seem to be a clearly identifiable creature that I'm, familiar with.
With having the claw marks you pointed out to Malath now, would I be able to pick up any sense of if I were to make a survival check, would I be able to pick up some sort of trail or any indicator of the direction that these creatures may have gone off to?
Roll a survival check for tracking. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe to try to identify him.
Damn it.
I would say at this point I would do roughly the same thing, and I would cast guidance on myself to try to see if there's any. Well, I guess I already know that they ran off towards the Abbey, so I guess depending on what.
Well, they ran off to the north. The
You could
Abbey just
cast
happens to
guidance
be
on
in that
him
direction.
Right, in the
to
direction.
try to track them.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I could see if there's like visible.
Well, you're already having guidance on you, Steven. That's a concentration spell until he chooses another target or it wears off.
Oh.
And
okay.
it lasts for like 30 minutes or something like that. Like it's a while.
You could give me guidance so I could do my survival.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could
Throw
give
guidance,
Malath guidance.
Okay, well then I'll do that as we try to do this survival.
Okay.
Sure, Brennan, roll a d4. Steven, roll a survival check with the guidance roll as well.
I got a 15 total.
Fuck me.
And with a +7 too. I rolled.
So mine was what? Fuck.
Yeah, you guys are able to make out small humanoid footprints, running off into the forest, and the trail very clearly heads north.
Okay. Quickly before we take off, would Malath be able to? Would it be frowned upon if I were to clean back up the graves, so they're not all dug up and decrepit looking?
Craigy's gonna bitch the whole time.
Or they're not.
Like they've been dug in, right?
Like bitching about
Wasting fucking time.
If you
Okay.
want,
I will
Craggy.
shoot a look at Craggy, and I will say, "Do not disturb a cleric's business."
If you want, you and I can go try
Yeah,
to do the
yeah,
rental
sure.
thing.
Piece up the you can clean up the graves and kind of fill them back in. Your character is a bit dismayed as you notice that the graves are empty. So that there will truly be no rest for those who came, who were desecrated here, but you're trying to attempt to bring back the normalcy and the reverence of the grave themselves. Go ahead, take an inspiration point.
Okay. Can I do like a quick prayer as well while I'm there?
Yeah. Yeah, have an inspiration point for that. I think that's well within your character. That's that nice little extra step.
Craigy's gonna stand next to Malath and mock his prayer the entire time.
One of these times, Mal's gonna backhand the shit out of Craigy.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be a nice moment.
I feel like
Malath is
Craigy is
very-
gonna be the reason Malath goes Oathbreaker.
You're very
He's not a
stalwart
paladin.
Yeah.
in your determination to restore these graves to proper order, and you very easily ignore Craggy as you are deep in your cleric duties and rituals of trying to restore honor to the dead.
Nice.
After giving out that information, I will turn to Craggy and ask him if he wants to go find the stable master with me.
Oh, finally! Something of use. Yes.
So I take it you guys are gonna go look for the stable then?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
We are going to be.
What does everybody else want to do? You guys saw the tracks. They head north. Mena, you're still kind of hanging out in the outskirts of the graveyard. Alor, what are you doing?
Ooh.
I'm
we-
gonna go try to get a
Abby?
wagon because
The stable was, or
I
just-
mean I don't really care about this.
Yeah, sure. Morgan's gonna take off with Craggy and Aldebaran.
Yeah, I'm gonna go towards try and find the stable wagon because I don't.
Sad as it is.
I feel like we need to
We're-
get on with
Not really my problem.
There's a guard at the front gate, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're that close. I figure Craiggie's gonna go ask the guard because he can't remember shit. So he's gonna come up and tug at the cloth of the guard's knee. Oi!
The guard is a touch startled that something that small is touching his leg, and he flashes you an expression of fear that you identify as familiar, but that very quickly fades from the face of the guard as he realizes that you aren't what he thought you were.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
And he
Oh no. No.
he engages you in conversation and kind of insultingly so stoops down a bit to see what it is that you need.
I'm gonna walk up behind Craggy.
Your brethren are
In
here,
the face.
and they're stealing bodies.
We're looking for the stable master.
Yeah, the guard points off to the north and then the west, and he tells you that you'll take the main road till it forks, then you'll hang a left, and it'll be the largest building on the right side of the road in the middle of Gretsk.
Well, I
Someone
appreciate
should buy
that.
An orange box.
Pure curiosity, what rank are you among the gods?
He lets you know that the guards don't really have a rank, that the guards are solely cherry-picked from the most fit individuals in order to man the wall and keep the town safe.
Can Craigie get away with punching him in the nuts?
What?
He stooped! That's fucking racist. Actually, yeah, no, you know what? I'm gonna punch him in the nuts and call him a racist.
I feel like you would verbally identify that and before
people like
physically identify.
Roll an intimidation check. Or actually, you know what? I'll give you performance.
Wait. No, I'm gonna take that dirty 20 I just got.
Sure, yeah, you deliver a swift uppercut to the nuts of the guard, and he finishes the rest of his stoop over that he's in the middle of as he clasps his codpiece and hears you berate him as a racist.
As I'm walking away, yep, goddamn right.
Away into town. He doesn't appear to want to chase you back, and he seems a bit surprised after you punched him in the nuts.
I'm just gonna call sorry over my shoulder.
They don't deserve it.
The guard is on his knees, groaning and holding his private regions.
We are going to the stable. Allure, are you going to the stable?
Hey, deep gnomes don't take for that shit.
Malath, are you still following the tracks?
I
Brendan,
actually was going to see if I could follow the tracks further.
Yeah, sure. You finish up clearing up the graves,
Aldebaran,
and
were you going to also?
you are
or
able to
you were
track
gonna come with
the
us?
I'm going to the stables. He is
track the footprints for about 100 feet before the trail becomes a little less obvious.
Okay. Would I have to make another survival check to track again?
Yes.
Okay.
Before you do that, let's take our 10. It is 8:15. I did want to take it a little bit ago, but we were in the middle of stuff, so let's take our 10. Be back at 8:25.
Okay.
Okay.
We will be right back. You damn.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Last I saw
Alright.
Brendan, he was in the freaking weapons shop with Craggy, okay?
All right.
So,
Stable master. Yeah.
yeah, you
I'm
guys have
still
made it to
waiting
the
for
stable.
a chance to call him Thundercock.
Nope.
And,
Maybe you should have invited him to your room last night.
you guys notice that there are 2 wagons, one of which is down for repairs and missing its wheels. And another that is just a very basic, non-covered wagon. It's not fancy. It's not very nice. It's a very basic wagon. There are 2 horses capable of pulling said wagon. There are 6 horses in the stable, 2 of which are like fawns. And then there are 4 adult horses that look to be in good condition. Yes.
Don't we still have a party wagon?
No, that was the Raven.
That was
people.
theirs.
Yeah,
Okay.
technically
That's
there.
right. They took that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they're just in town still. I should,
That tracks.
Here, I'll rebrand it. Actually, that's a good point.
I couldn't remember if that was our. I don't remember if we claimed. I couldn't remember if we claimed that initially. So maybe.
Yeah. Fuck. What's that? Davian's sons. I can't remember his 2 sons' names, but they're still in town.
Avian and something.
Yeah, Avian and something with an E.
Not Avian. Davian's son is not Avian.
Is it Adrian?
Yeah.
Adrian and Elvir. Adrian and Elvir are still very much so in the town of Kretsk.
While we're making a commotion.
If
They're
I named a child Orden.
still handling the business of delivering the wine. Considering you guys got in at like 1 a.m. yesterday, they're still, about town doing what needs to be done.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Moving on.
Can we ask, is there like a person, a table hand there that we can rent from?
Yeah, there's 2 younger individuals who seem to be caring for the horses, and an elderly man. Well, I guess I shouldn't say elderly. Middle-aged man. Working on the wagon.
Can I go up to someone and ask if we can rent a wagon?
Yeah, who would you like to go up to?
Just whoever's closest to me.
Yeah, sure. You approach the middle-aged man who's working on the wagon. He kind of looks at you a little puzzled and tells you that the wagons are for official Kretsk business only, and that there aren't enough wagons or horses in all of Barovia to facilitate a taxi service.
Can I mention that the burgomaster directed us here to rent a wagon after we delivered the wine to the town?
Yeah, he scoffs heartily and actually pulls out a bottle of Red Dragon Crush from behind his stool and takes a big swig and gives you a cheers. They'd actually been out of wine for 2 months, and he is incredibly happy to meet the adventurers who brought the wine back to Kretsk, as it had been more miserable than usual as of late because of the wine running dry. And he is very happy to be back in stock of his favorite wine.
Can I tell him that the place that we're going is a favor for the owners of the winery so that they can continue to make that wine?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the stable master actually makes mention of the fact that Adrian had just come by with Elvir and told him a little bit about the fact that the winery was having trouble. The stable master is more willing to assist you and give you a wagon in order to take it to go assist the winemakers. He lets you know that there's currently only one available wagon. Excuse me. And that the other one is, as he gestures towards it, is very clearly under repair at the moment. He lets you know that he'll be able to finish making the repairs. Making the repairs to that wagon by tomorrow morning, and that he can't spare his one and only wagon currently in order for you guys to depart, so that you'll have to wait until the second wagon is repaired, because they do need a wagon for official Kretsk business. It's one of the only wagons in town, so it's used to cart vegetables and other necessities like throughout the village. It's not something that they can really part with.
Huh. Where's the cleric with mending when you need him?
Being a badass.
Being a badass. Speak
Following footprints through the woods.
Oh, if I find something, and it's a bad thing.
That's right. You're supposed to make a survival check.
Yeah, I'm making one right now.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell him that we'll be back in the morning, I guess. And who else was in here, or did you?
Everybody but Malak.
Okay.
This is like an open.
Yeah, open conversation.
Yeah, and an open, stable situation. Like this isn't.
There's no walls.
Yeah, there's no walls or anything. This is just like a fucking barn.
Mm-hmm.
With a covered shed nearby that the wagon is being repaired in. There is not really a building per se.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just motion to the party that. Well, I'll just walk back over to everyone and say, I guess we have until tomorrow morning. And I'll start walking back towards the inn. Everybody can kind of do what they want.
Sure, what's everybody else want to get into?
I'm gonna look around for that little
Brendan?
Yeah.
home
What was
collection.
a custom roll of 3?
4 for red.
Oh. I thought that was your first survival.
Yeah, you said you wanted to look around for the... We can just call it a library. I've explained it to you enough in detail. We all know it's not really a library, but for the sake of fucking talking about it, it's a library.
The archive.
Yeah. Yeah, how would you like to go about doing that?
Well, I don't believe that I feel like I would have had some sort of reference walking here, so let's just continue moving through town.
Okay.
And investigate these last few buildings on this road that I haven't been on yet.
Yeah, sure. You continue up the path, and as you continue along, there's nothing but cottages, like family homes, people's living quarters. There's no shops until you get to the end of the road, where you are very familiar with the shop that the elderly couple runs, being the accessories shop and the trinket shop, and then the like blacksmith, even though there isn't technically a blacksmith.
It's probably over here. Oh, okay. How do I get rid of it?
It just goes away.
Oh.
Malath, you got a 15? Yeah, the tracks are a little harder for you to pick up on this time around, but they still... You're able to make out that they still go north.
Brendan.
Okay.
Can you see him?
Oh, that's cute. You want me to drag Malath up a little further north?
Yeah, go like, 75 feet.
I think
Where were you?
I was
Like here?
right there. Yeah. Well, isn't this a hill though, right? Am I walking
Yeah.
up hills? Okay.
Yeah. You'll be.
And that.
It's like a relatively steep incline.
Okay. Shouldn't be a problem for an 8-foot tall giant.
No, I wouldn't qualify it as particularly difficult terrain.
And then you want me to make another survival check to continue, or do you want to do some other stuff with the other characters for now?
You lose the trail as the foliage begins to get thicker, as the hill begins to become steeper and steeper. So I mean, you can do whatever you like. You could roll another survival check if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll another survival check.
Sure.
It's getting slightly better, actually.
Can I like peek into the weapon shop and ask them where they keep their books?
Yeah. The blacksmith seems to remember your face from your previous party's dealings, and he points down the road that you came in from. And he says that you'll turn around and you'll hang a left at the fork, and that road will fork again, and it'll be the small building on the left of the main strip of Kretsk. Brendan, you're able to see that the tracks continue forward, and you follow the trail all the way up until you reach the edge of the abbey walls. Before you stands a 75-foot bastion of stone fortification.
Okay.
And as far as your eye can see, it continues to wrap for several hundred feet until it curves off to the left. And you are on, at this point, you are on like a very sheer hill. As you approach the wall of the abbey, it is like
quite steep.
Yeah, like you can't even put your foot up next to the wall. It's that steep. You're essentially leaning forward at this point to kind of like even touch the wall of the abbey.
Okay. The tracks are dead stop right at the wall,
Yep,
right?
they disappear. Roll a perception check.
Gotcha. And there's my D4. Okay. 27.
Yeah, you notice, although incredibly faint, that there are what look to be claw marks, both 5-toed and 5-fingered. Sorry, 1 second. I can't get my nose to stop running. I apologize.
What is he doing?
The 5-toed and 5-fingered claw marks stretch their way up the wall of the abbey, all 75 feet, and disappear at the lip of the wall.
Okay. Well, my next goal is to go find Aldebaran. Give him this information.
Sure. Make a. Make another survival check.
Okay. Well, 26.
Yeah, you're able to identify and mark out the sounds and smells of the village, and you're confident that you can head in the proper direction to get back to Kretsk.
Okay.
Since you're technically, I know it doesn't show it very well on the map, but these woods that these patches of woods that are in Kretsk are like full-fledged forests. Like these aren't like small smatterings of like nicely trimmed trees. These are very fucking thick pine outcroppings.
They're
If you were to walk into them with nowhere of knowing what direction you're going, you could theoretically get lost in these median strips.
Okay.
Because each square is supposed to be 50 feet, so you're talking
right,
like
yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of
these
wood.
are large.
Yeah. Would I, now that I'm on the main road, would I be able to just to walk until I find Aldebaran?
I mean, that totally depends on what you want to do with your character. You can have him walk around aimlessly, or
I'll walk back. Since I now know where I'm at, I'll start to walk back towards the main
like the
entrance.
inn.
Yeah, like the inn area.
Yeah, sure. As you round the corner, you lay eyes on Aldebaran, who seems to be walking with a purpose towards a building. Craggy, what were you gonna say?
I just want to go back to the inn. I want to sleep until the morning. It's a waste of time.
It's only like 3 p.m.
Oh.
He's a deep gnome, all right?
Yeah, he needs a deep sleep.
Honestly,
I mean,
I might head
You
back
can do
too.
whatever you like with your character. I just want you to know it is only 3 p.m.
It's only 3 p.m.
What is this?
I'm heading back to Tinker.
Sure.
Yeah, make some items.
I wouldn't be surprised if Craggy just went up to the Abbey.
Fuck, that's a good. Yeah, where's the Abbey at?
Yep,
You gotta
take the
find
long
that.
fucking road off.
He doesn't have to find shit. It's
Right next. Isn't it right
Well,
next?
to get to it, he'd have
Yeah,
to.
to get
go
well, yeah, to get you, he's gotta walk all the way.
Oh, I see. The
yeah,
Abbey's way
you
up there.
Look up. Yeah, Craggy wants to know where the Abbey's at, so he simply looks above the tree line, and he very easily makes out the 75-foot wall structures of stone that outline what looks to be a very, very large and tall steeple marked with the imagery of St. Markovia.
He's
top of the
gonna
hill.
he's gonna look up at that and be like, "That must be it."
Yeah, for party reference, by the way, the Abbey of St. Markovia is not quite as extravagant as Castle Ravenloft in terms of stature, but it is one of the largest structures in all of Barovia, like singly. It is very large and very well kept. The bell in the tower of the steeple can be seen gleaming on what would be considered a well-mannered day in Barovia, where the fog is lighter than usual. And it's very clearly well taken care of. Whereas the cottages of Kretsk, even the burgomasters are in like some form of disrepair. The abbey is in damn near pristine condition.
Well, Craggy's gonna start his truck, and as he walks past the giants, he's gonna look over and be like, "Let's go see what we can fuck up in the Abbey."
You said that to Malath?
And Aldebaran.
As you guys, as you're walking by us.
Yep.
I'll warn you of what I saw, Craggy, as you begin to walk up the path.
What was that again? The creatures?
Yeah. They scaled the
claw
entire
marks
wall.
scaling into the.
Yeah, they scaled up into the abbey, meaning they could be there. So if you're planning to go up there, just be careful.
I ain't scared.
I'll tell him in primordial. Don't start any fights, small man.
Craggy will chuckle and respond in primordial. I ain't starting nothing. Just finishing what must be done. I'm killing some time. I'm bored.
As he waddles off.
Yep.
As he waddles off.
Ain't start nothing. I would like to go into this little
Don't start
archive
none,
building.
won't be none.
Yeah, right.
I'll follow in with Aldebaran, and as we enter in, I'd like to explain what I saw on the abbey walls to see if he knows of anything about them, and anything about the marks, anything that can identify them.
Yeah, sure. Malath imparts to you, Aldebaran, that he tracked the footprints all the way to the walls of the abbey, and there were 5 toed and 5 fingered claw marks, spaced out about 4.5 feet to 5 foot in distance, scaling the entire 75-foot walls of the abbey. Morrigan, Allure, what are you guys doing?
I went back to the inn.
Okay.
I'm like wandering back that way. Haven't necessarily gone in the inn, but kind of standing around outside watching from a distance the guys' interaction.
They're inside.
Oh.
You're just kind of standing on the street by your lonesome.
So you can either follow us in there or go to the end.
I wanna...
Or do whatever. I mean, technically, you can do whatever you want.
You know that's his favorite chair, Jeff.
I know. He's not gonna move.
I guess I'll head back into the inn
Okay.
for now.
Sure. Aldebaran, Malath, what are you guys looking for? First of all, what's your response to the fact that he tells you this information? And then, what are you looking for?
None of this adds up, and none of this bodes well.
Do you think they're human?
Nothing that small would have both human and claw mark features. Probably a bastardized monster created in the abbey. That
Do you think
abbot,
because of the
not the
rituals?
abbot, I would say that clergyman is most likely a necromancer.
Is Craggy with them?
Nope.
Nope.
No, he started walking off the hill.
Oh.
Craggy is on his way to the abbey.
Yeah.
To quote, fuck shit up.
Malif will respond in, do you think that we should follow Craggy then?
Or maybe we just
There's-
let him go and see what happens. I mean, he's got to learn the hard lesson sometime.
I will respond. When I hear an Eldritch blast, I'll start worrying.
To be fair, Craggy's old as fuck.
Yeah, Craggy by all means is a relatively experienced adventurer. One, he grew up in the Underdark, since that's where his people come from. And two, he is pretty goddamn old.
Yeah.
Who knows how he survived
But
this far?
Malef is always worried about protecting people. Needs reassurance.
I'm in here to investigate through any like archival type paperwork, any old books referencing anything from, let's go, like religion to like dealings between cities. I'm just looking for general information, regarding with the Abbey being here in Kresk, like, religious stuff. Kind of just.
You're gonna have to be a lot more specific than that.
I don't know how to be more specific. I'm just looking around and investigating to what I can, like, seeing, going through what they have.
Okay.
Until I find something is essentially my goal here. So I don't know how you want me to navigate that.
I mean, if you're just looking for general history information on Kretsk.
Well, I'm looking for something that's going to be like intriguing information, maybe not just general, like, general knowledge of the townsfolk. Anything that might seem
peculiar.
Yeah, like a peculiarness to it, as like nobody here really specializes in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something that's like, this is out of place with like the information that it holds, and therefore it's not really like looked at with any sort of like prevalence, like they don't really care to like dig
Invest,
deeper.
like,
yeah, to like
become a scholar of this
investigate
subject.
right.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
now I'm wary of like the abbey, or the abbot and the whole fucking Saint Markovian religion stuff.
Hey, do you want to
The
like see if there's a
the hints of necromancy, the tiny monster, like it's just giving me more bad vibes the further I get into like looking at stuff.
Yeah, sure. Roll an investigation check.
Oh no, not again.
you have guidance,
Another
remember?
one of those.
By the way,
Your proficiency
to describe
too,
your
right?
building, there's not like a person here. There seems to be what could be like a small office of sorts that has like a desk on it with some stacked books, and there is like a small like stove type area where somebody could heat up like a small pot or something. But there's no like front desk. It's essentially just a small building, almost a shack, with bookshelves lining each wall and a singular bookshelf standing in the middle, as that's all they had space for.
Could you read the spines of the books?
Yeah, like if he was to do an investigation check, he would essentially be like investigating for something that seems interesting in some way, shape, or form. Yikes.
Yeah.
You rolled out with your guidance?
Well, I guess I would have to say, would I find anything under my passive investigation of 13? Because technically that's my minimum.
Yeah,
like,
if you were to
as I'm
passively
searching.
investigate, you would find common titles, essentially local folklore, religious history texts on St. Markovia and the founding of the abbey, the history of Kretsk, in terms of the Kretskova bloodline. Their history as a family would be pretty well documented. There would be several books on the history of the Kretskov family, being that they've settled here for, hundreds of years and have run the town of Kretsk for all of that time. So there would be a pretty extensive background on St. Markovia, the abbey and how it was founded, and the history of the Kretskov family. Outside of that, you would find, like, what would equate to be, like, blacksmithing for dummies, apothecary for dummies,
Right.
bartending for dummies, like, very basic 101 type training manuals, basically. Nothing going into any form of an advanced situation, very baser level trait stuff.
Then I am going to, with reference to the previous conversation between Dimitri and the abbot, seeing something regarding the history and the family bloodline, make note of that and go to, I guess, read through what they have on the importance of the bloodline specifically as it relates to like the church.
Yeah, sure. Let's say it's
information.
gonna be like 6 books that you're gonna pour through, so it's gonna take you like 2 hours skimming through those books for like specific information. Malath, would you like to assist him?
Yes, I would. Very much so.
Sure. That'll cut your time by about a half hour, because Malath's a bit retarded.
Yeah.
Sorry. He's a bit slow.
Now, I believe that I am the greatest detective this land has ever seen.
That's true. You believe
Sherlock,
that.
Sherlock
You're
Goliath.
stressed.
Yeah, my bad, dog.
So
I forgot.
Would I don't even know his passive fucking abilities either, so I don't know
I
if
have
he'd be able to help.
Oh, I'm DM
passive-
overwriting it. He's only gonna
His
cut your
passive
time at 30 minutes.
investigation is
Come
10.
on,
His investigation checks up until this point have been absolutely hilarious. So this, I gotta keep this going for flavor for this particular situation.
Okay, fine.
Besides, it buys me time because Craggy is now approaching the gate front of the Abbey. Roll a perception check.
Perception. Worth it.
Yeah, you notice that there are two small figures on either side of the giant iron gates that make up the entrance to the Abbey. The road from the village climbs above the mist to the wide ledge on which the Abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth leading up to the Abbey. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings to either side of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot-thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Standing behind that, further up the road, is a 75-foot-tall stone fortress wall that encloses the entire abbey. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Viewed through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by 15-foot-high curtain walls, and a belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney that billows gray smoke. As you look up to these perches where these small figures are standing, you are met with the view of the gate guards. They don't appear to be awake.
First
One
question is how big are they in comparison to me?
How close are you?
To the gate?
Yeah, like, do you want to be like right up there, like, 5, 6, 7 feet away from the gate, like right up there, or are you kind of peering from a little ways away?
Craggy's just kind of Craggy wants to strut until he sees them.
Sure. Yeah, you notice that they are both shy of 5 foot.
All right, so this will be decent bit bigger than me.
They are quite small people.
I'm 3 foot. That's relative.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But in terms of relativity, considering the fact that you've been mostly exposed to humans, and then your traveling companion also includes a Goliath and a tiefling, these are the closest thing to your size you've seen.
That's true.
And they aren't far off. They're shy of 5 foot by several inches.
Okay.
As you approach and you get a good look at both of the guards, they seem to be covered in musty animal furs, but you can make out that the both of them are a grotesque monstrosity. One of them wears a yellow cloak that you can see from underneath the animal furs that are covering him, and half of his face appears to be wolf-like in nature. Where his nose and mouth would be instead has been replaced by what looks to be a wolf snout, although very short and stubbed and snaggletooth. His left ear is converted into that of a wolf's ear. It stands pointed and is covered in fur, and the right side of his head is long, straggly, oily, greasy, unkempt human hair, and his eyes, the left eye is wolf-like in nature, but surrounded by human skin. And then the right side of his head, all the way, like, splitting the crown down the middle to the right, is all human, except for where it meets the snout of the wolf. From what you can tell,
with lycanthropy.
His arms and hands are human-like in nature, but at closer examination, you see that his fingers are adorned with claw-like, like wolfen claw-like fingernails instead of regular fingernails. The other individual.
That's right. That's just one of them.
Yeah, appears to be a beardless dwarf. He has patches of donkey flesh covering his face and body. He has a singular human ear and one wolf ear. And... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Nope, I'm sorry. The other one... appears to be female. The other one appears to be female. The left side of her face and body is covered with lizard-like scales. The right is covered in tufts of gray wolf fur. Between those tufts of fur, you can see pale human skin. One of her eyes is that of a cat, and her fingers and hands resemble a cat's paws with opposable thumbs. She appears to have a gray cloak trimmed around her back. And her right hand appears to be more lizard-like than anything, even though her hands are in the shapes of cat's paws with opposable thumbs attached on the side. Her right arm is covered in, like, lizard scales, and her left arm is covered in wolf's fur. And then the right side of her face is mostly scaled, with one of those eyes being feline. And the left side, her eye is normal, but she has like a wolf's mane growing out of the left. She is by far much more mutated than her counterpart. However, her counterpart is infinitely more fugly.
Yeah. I'm not asking if they're fuckable, Jesus. But thank you for noting.
Oh no, that wasn't fuckable but ugly. That's ungodly fucking ugly.
Oh, okay. And they're asleep.
Yes, they are both asleep.
They're like chimeras.
Okay, we're not going down that one route right now.
Craiggie's not that horny on Maine yet.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
He's getting there, but he's not yet there.
Is there sleep?
Okay. I'm gonna pause our music for a second so I can show you.
Oh, there's references for these. Oh my.
What?
Oh, no.
Wait.
Very attractive.
It's not
Craigie,
loading.
Yeah,
that's type.
well, Steven,
Oh, I mean, Craigie,
we've got
if
some
you're into
monstrosities
that,
to kill.
That's just your type.
yeah.
Okay, and
Oh,
oh my.
Yeah.
That one's not bad.
Reminds me of a cousin.
wouldn't be surprised if you're
Reminds
underground.
me of a cousin.
So yeah, there you go.
God damn it.
That's what those look like.
Okay, you know what?
Like I said,
Craigie wants to
Ungodly
sneak up
fucking ugly.
between them.
sure. Roll a. So I take it you're gonna take your hide action.
I guess so. Sure.
Not like you aren't in turn based, but you'll hide. Roll a stealth check.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. 14.
What did I do that, damn?
You succeed.
So Craig wants
Oddly
to.
enough, there is a dexterity stealth check for this exact interaction actually in the book, so
Oh, that's
that's
awesome.
super helpful.
Craig wants to sneak up between them and just take a seat between them.
They're in separate like guard posts. So imagine you have like a road, right? And then you have like 2 guard shacks on the side, and then the walls, and then there's the big iron gates bridge the gap in between it.
Okay. Okay, so they're like kind of in a building.
Yeah, imagine like a modern day guard post. No, there's no door, but there's like a big window on the front and the sides, and a big window on the front and the side of the other one with a door that faces each other, but there's no door. It's
Oh, this
just a
seems
doorway.
innocent enough. All right, cool. Yeah, so Craiggie's gonna walk up and he's gonna start with the lady. He's gonna start on the lady's side.
Okay.
And be like, oi.
Are you entering the room, or are you standing outside, like the room?
I'm gonna stand outside. I'm gonna be polite. I'm gonna give some
Matt
space.
passed a stealth check and then walks up to somebody and says, "Oi!"
I'm like, oi, can we open the gate?
It's so bad it might just work. He certainly acts like he belongs there.
The female stirs to life, her eyes blinking out of sync. And she startles forward and immediately kind of scowls at you. And when she speaks, she has a voice that is very gruff and masculine, to the point where if you were to close your eyes, you wouldn't have known that this was a woman. Almost as if her vocal cords have been replaced. And she looks at you with that scowl and says, "Why are you judging me?"
I didn't say shit about you. I just walked into the gate.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of screech at you, and that's going to rouse her counterpart. Sorry, I had a sneeze stuck. Lord have mercy. It's still there. Get out of me!
Look up at the light.
It was uncalled for.
Lord have mercy.
I didn't do nothing.
As she kind of screeches, the second one rouses from his sleep. While startled, he laughs at you in what could only be described to you as the bray of a donkey.
Okay.
As he like jolts out of his chair, laughing like a donkey, you notice that he has a tail, that is also a donkey's tail. And he doesn't say much. He just kind of looks at you wild-eyed, and then looks at the other figure, and simple-mindedly so kind of walks forward and just starts to push open the gate. The one that you had roused first has snuck past you and is also opening the other gate with uncanny speed. You had no idea that she had moved from her position. She seemingly teleports there and begins to open the gate in unison with her counterpart. As they open the gate, the lizard one kind of gives you a bow and says that she hopes that Siegfried and Otto had been helpful to you as you enter the gate, with no clear context on which one is who.
Who the fuck are those people? Okay. Okay.
You going in?
Oh, absolutely. I'm in this bitch.
He's all up in there.
Yeah, I have to see fucking what's what here. Because this is where the map gets a little fucky.
Craigie got bored.
It gets a little fucky-wucky.
Uh-oh.
Okay, yeah, sure. I guess this makes sense. Fucking not really, but...
How long would it take a gnome to walk over 900 feet to the abbey?
Like a full day.
I'm just trying to gauge.
It's 900
This must be
feet
that.
or 1800
So
of
this must
Craigie's
be
feet.
That?
Well, if we
I'm
go
so
by scale, that
confused.
each square is 50 feet, it would take him, it'd be approximately, plus he's going uphill the whole way. So.
Okay, so that
He's
is that.
3 foot, so he'd have a stride of about 1.5 feet. Like,
Nah,
he's going
nah. You
for
see, he's got that rough terrain advantage on movement. You see, on non-combat movement, from being deep gnome.
Okay, so as you enter the gates, you are greeted with the sight of a graveyard. Stunted pine trees grow out of the rocky earth in the graveyard near the foundation of the Abbey's north wing. The windows of the structure are cracked panes of leaded glass. Ancient gravestones burst from a thin crust of snow in the yard. Beyond the low wall that surrounds the graveyard, the ground falls away. As the ground falls away, it meets with the 75-foot stone fortress wall that encompasses the entirety of the abbey once again. You're able to make out that there are port windows in the stone fortress wall by the graveyard, and if you look through the port windows, you can see the village of Kretsk, and it lies 400 feet below you, and the view is surprisingly breathtaking. It is perhaps the first pleasant scene that you have witnessed since entering Berlin.
Oh, this is mighty pretty. I bet I'll get to see a lot more of this from that nice chair.
I can sort of.
Fucking
Craggy,
wasting
you
our
shouldn't
time.
steal from sad people.
The fuck do you talking about?
This is the one who stole from the old couple.
I paid for that.
To be fair, I said I wanted fucking Strahd's chair from the get.
But
Oh.
he's not poor.
Yeah, that man ain't poor. That's the only chair I want.
Me.
Yeah, there's no chairs in this graveyard. So what? Essentially, you're in this graveyard now with a path leading to each wing of the abbey. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna ignore the graveyard and walk down the path, see if there's any people or anything weird going on.
Yeah, there stands before you another gatehouse, and then each entrance to each wing of the abbey. The gatehouse is accompanied by a low wall. For you, it would be about head height. This is a knee-high wall, but for Craggy, this is a head-high wall.
It's a fortress. I tell you.
It's a fortress. The gatehouse is empty.
His chin's just like resting.
And as you peer past the knee-high wall, you can see that nestled between the rising and plunging cliffs are 4 rectangular garden plots enclosed by a 5-foot-high wall of mortared stones. White rabbits nibble on turnips uprooted by the cold, and 2 lifeless scarecrows with stuffed gullets and sackcloth heads hang from wooden crosses pounded into the cold, hard earth.
Why'd they have to describe it like that?
The abbey's east wing looms over the garden, its shadowed windows dark and disturbing. Shadowed windows, dark and disturbing. A door leads into this forlorn edifice, which apparently isn't as abandoned as one might have hoped. From within, you can hear laughter and wailing of things that should not be.
From in this building?
Yeah, from the east wing of the abbey, yeah.
We can go check it out.
Was the abbey supposed to be abandoned? I thought it was used.
I mean, one would imagine, right, like, the people of Kretsk are already so damn busy, like, the abbey would only really be inhabited by the abbot and whatever clergy would be there.
Yeah.
I would still qualify that as abandoned. That's like what, 5 people max?
I feel like most abbeys just have the priests and
You normally have
the
like
church workers that
followers
live
who
there.
stop by. Like
Yeah.
normal churches would have traffic.
Craig wants to go check out the sketchy shit.
Okay, yeah. You're gonna be hanging out for a minute.
Yeah, you good, buddy.
Okay. Aldebra. Oh, he just walked away. Fuck. Anybody else? Mena, you want to tinker? You want to see if you can add something to your inventory? You're just kind of hanging out in the inn?
I've been tinkering.
Can
Cool.
Mena and I and Allure be grabbing a drink at the inn?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys could be partaking in the wine.
We're just having some girl time.
Yeah, that's fine. Aldebaran, what have you discovered with Malath? We'll say that your hour and a half is up, and you have now read through the entire history of the Kretskovs, looking for any link to the Abbey.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What have I discovered?
Yeah, sure. Through your various books and readings, you're able to piece together that it appears that the abbot himself has been the abbot for well over 100 years.
Ooh.
And throughout his entire stay, he has, at one point or another, essentially been whispering in the ear of every leader of the Kretskov family who has run the town of Kretsk. And his appearance has never changed throughout the entirety of his existence here in the village.
I will be sharing that information with Malath.
Oh, he's already privy to it. He helped you find it.
Yeah, I was too busy stumbling around with marketing for dummies.
Malath, you have learned basic carpentry and basic advertisement.
Let's go.
Because in your vast stupidity of trying to piece together the Kretsk family fortune, you have somehow read the entirety of Carpentry for Dummies, Volume 1, and the Intro to Advanced Advertisement, Book number 4.
He really thought something useful might be in there. He didn't want to miss anything, you know? Give up on it too early.
Would I have found any information regarding, like, some magic items that might be in the Abbey during this process that reference either repetition throughout history, like maybe the abbot is always utilizing the same, like, I don't know, like staff.
You think my abbot is a lich? Are you looking for a phylactery right now?
I don't
know about that.
Trying to find the magical item that I might be able to walk away with at the end. What I'm doing.
I see.
I don't see this going well for me.
So. Give me a second.
But it would be to
me, where is he?
Like understandable that if the Abbey had some sort of magical items that they would last through time as he has as well, maybe in his use or referenced as maybe holy items, even though they may not be, but something, something.
Fake holy item.
Where? Here we go.
In here.
There are several depictions of the abbot standing with the various monarchs of the Kretsk family line. And in each of those each of those representations of him, you can make out clearly that he is always wearing a holy symbol of the Morning Lord around his neck.
Lathander?
Would I make a religion check to recognize that, or am I just gonna know what that
No, you'll know that. Lathander is pretty common. He's a pretty common deity throughout Faerun. He's depicted in so many different areas and lores. It's kind of crazy. He's basically Jesus. Yeah, he's kind of Jesus.
Jesus?
There's like him and like two other figures that I could really qualify as being like lawful good types that are essentially remasters and different flavors of Jesus.
You got it wrong with Jesus.
Will I also have this
son of
information?
Ao?
Yeah, no, you would immediately know who Lathander is, being a
Alright.
cleric. In fact, there you go. That's your contribution. You were able to point out to Aldebaran
go.
that
That's Lathander's symbol.
yeah, that is the Morning Lord symbol, his holy symbol.
I will. I'll
Would
be-
you like to look for anything else?
I don't know what
Anything else?
Yes. What else am I looking for?
Come on, Steven.
At this point, it's not for me to like specify. We've looked through what we can look through, so it would be.
There was a
whatever
private
we're in.
conversation had.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're right. There was. Would I have found anything during that process?
You weren't
regarding-
looking for it.
Then
You would have to be looking for
So I would look. Yeah,
what I would account as like ancient religious texts or ancient religious folklore.
Then yeah, I'll still continue to look for any books on that. Then if that wasn't part of the
Sure. Do you want to let Maleth
history
in
of
on that and explain?
I will tell him that he should go back to the inn and tell the party what we have found here.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I will begrudgingly leave because I feel like we've just stumbled upon some pretty damning information that the abbot is some impostor of Lathander. I will leave. I will go tell the three.
Well, you wouldn't necessarily feel betrayed, Maleth. You would very much be aware that you've gone through all of the available information on such. Like there wouldn't be much else for you to glean in this particular instance.
No, not betrayed by Aldebaran.
Morgan's quite drunk at this point.
Oh jeez.
Mena, Laura, are you also imbibing many adult beverages with your friend at the inn?
I wouldn't say many. I've had like 2.
Laura's got a nice demure amount.
I'm not
Mine is-
completely- I'm still useful and just only
Mine is
partially
Still
engaging.
full.
Yours is still full?
Yeah, my cup's still full because I've been messing with stuff at the counter, like at the bar. Counter.
Okay, fair enough. At this point, it's like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Maleth walks in the door.
A good portion of the day has passed as Malath returns.
Drink with us.
Yeah, go ahead and do whatever, Brendan.
A holy man doesn't drink. Sorry.
Ah, boring.
Can I ask him if they found anything useful or ask what they were up to?
You do
For so
anything
long?
useful this whole time?
Yeah, we
You guys didn't give anyone any heart attacks or steal anything?
no one to steal from. Oh no, unfortunately. Thankfully you guys weren't there. Probably would have stole something. But the
I
abbot.
didn't steal anything the last time. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll believe it. We found out that the abbot is possibly. I believe that he is a bad man. He appears to wear
I believe that he
I
is a
believe he's a
bad man
bad
is
man.
such a Maleth thing to say.
And bad.
What did you find at
More
the
like-
library? Well, I believe that the
abbot is a bad man. He wears the symbol of Lathander, who is meant to be quite a representation of lawful good or the goodness in humanity, and clearly he is not up to good acts in this town. Aldebaran is still searching for something specific, but he didn't tell me. So, but he told me to come let you guys know that so far we found out that the abbot has been alive for over 100 years and has been serving the family in charge of Kresk that whole time and hasn't changed at all.
Can I just start like snoring sarcastically? Like
Boring.
Boring. I'm gonna do thaumaturgy and make tremors under her feet.
I'm gonna ask Lap if he's seen Craigie.
Craggy went up to the Abbey.
Do we need to go find the small
That
one?
should be a probably a reaction to everybody in some after receiving that information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little shocked and
He
ask
what?
if we should go
Alone?
Yeah, alone.
find the small one.
Aldebaran seemed pretty confident, but I think
I'm
we
gonna
should
start-
go after him.
I'm gonna start storming out the door and being like, "I'm coming, shoddy."
Fear that we may have to arrange the rest.
maybe we'll get lucky and they'll decide to keep him.
Not a bad idea.
Or rip him into pieces.
He's part of the party now. We have to protect him.
Well, he seemed to have an interest in necromancy, so I'm sure he's among friends.
He's all about bringing dead people back, and I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't like it either, but he knows things about Strahd possibly that we need him for that.
Do
If
we?
if he's an ally to
don't
us at the
know.
current moment.
An ally to you.
He could know nothing.
He either wants to kill him or also have sex with him. So either way,
Or both.
or both. So we'll find out.
Craigie has told you guys exactly what he wants,
That
The
is
throne.
true.
as far as you're
He didn't
concerned.
actually say
Yeah,
what else.
He wants.
Maybe he wants that
Strahd
ass.
gone.
Yeah, to be fair, it could have been a metaphor. Yeah.
He wants the throne.
You are talking an awful lot of fucking a lot of different
Strahd seat could mean a lot of things. Is everybody going to
Yeah,
try
so-
to find?
so- Mena walked out, and you guys have just been lapping it up in here.
Is everybody going to find
Bolted it.
Craggy?
I'm going.
I guess we should go.
Would you guys like to
find
go?
the Small one.
I guess I will drunkenly follow after
Okay.
because it seems more
I will-
boring to stay here.
I will.
Walking speed is 15 feet instead of.
I will give you a
Would you
piggyback
go
ride,
to us?
and you can take your tankard with you.
Can we see Aldebaran, or is like the door closed when we walk by?
I'm like in the building. I'll be in there, so you probably wouldn't see me. Yeah. You would know I'm in there, but.
As we walk past, you can say, "Hi, Aldebaran."
I was gonna be like,
Aldebaran.
can I poke my head in?
Depending
and,
on the
like,
time lapse that I may be coming out, I guess that's up to what
I say,
information
if
I'm
he's
going
still
to
in
be
there, can I
finding.
just like poke my head in and be like, we have to go save the.
I forgot to have you roll an investigation check. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. So that'd be.
You should have known you needed one.
19.
Lazy fucking players.
Be 21. My
You very quickly find that there are only 2 books with any form of ancient folklore in them. One of them contains slight bits of the information you're looking for. You're able to determine that your god and the thing that you're investigating are inextricably linked in a bad way, and that one appears to be the imitation of the other, and that there was a legendary feud at one point or another that didn't end well for the imposter.
Okay.
Is this when we walk by?
Yeah, we'll say that he gathered all this information. And was and was leaving as you guys were passing by.
I'm still gonna say hi, Aldebaran. Bye, Aldebaran.
Hey, DM, our tunes died, just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Alora, you're gonna tell him that we're going after Craggy? Abby?
Yes. Do you want to come help us? We have to go save the short one who has run off on his own.
Suppose we should help the gnome.
Onward, I guess.
I was wondering what was going on over there.
All right.
So we will be making our way up to the gate as well.
How long of a walk is this?
It is going to take you guys about an hour and a half to walk up there.
Holy moly!
So by the time you guys arrive to the gate, it is going to be about 9:30, 10 p.m. The sun has officially set and nighttime is descending upon you.
Hey, Craggy's still there.
Getting us into trouble. I just want to go back and sleep.
As you guys approach the gate, you see that the gate is closed. Sorry, 1 second.
Can I have, like, taken the bottle with me and just have been, like, swigging on it this whole time?
Sure. You are drunk. You will have disadvantage on all dexterity and acrobatics checks, until you take a short rest.
Cool beans.
I vote that we, keep her at the back. And, somebody keep an eye on her malice. Steady her. Somebody clearly hit the wine a little too hard.
That's alright.
Okay, so... You guys are greeted with very much so the same visage that Craggy was greeted with prior, although it is now nighttime. So there are torches adorning the walls of the abbey, as well as the gatehouse. However, the gatehouse, both sides are empty. There is nobody there. So the iron gates stand before you, closed.
Do the gates have any sort of, like, spiky things on top?
They're just simple iron gates.
Is the
like
door
sheet
shut?
iron gates.
I'm pretty sure you
Yes,
can
the
just
door
push them
is
open.
shut.
Okay, is someone gonna test if it's locked?
Yeah, can I attempt to walk up and push on the door?
Yeah, you walk up to the large iron gates and you're able to push them open with ease. However, they are very squeaky, and they kind of, yeah, eerily creak open.
Oh, I fucked up. There we go. I will. I'll walk to the gate first.
Ah, great, creepy music.
And I better hope
to happen.
that I.
Creepiness.
Yeah, you open up the gate and you and your party are able to very clearly see into the grounds that are well lit. You are greeted with the same visage of the graveyard. The stunted pine trees that grow out of the rocky earth. All of the gravestones that burst forth from a thin crust of snow. Jesus, man. There is a low wall that surrounds the graveyard, and the ground quickly falls away to give to the 75-foot stone structure walls with portholes in them where you can see the lights of the village of Kretsk 400 feet below. The view for you guys, however, is not breathtaking as it is late at night, so you're not able to see much past the lights of the village.
What if with my 300 feet of dark vision?
300 feet would
Craggy,
be the
Yeah.
I forgot to say, but I'm gonna give you a point of inspiration for the vista.
For the vista?
Yeah, since your background or goal for this is to take over the lands of Barovia.
finally get some appreciation for it.
Yeah, your ambition is further fueled by the breathtaking view that you were able to glean from the portholes of the graveyard area of the abbey.
Sweet. So, how do, real quick, how does heroic inspiration work? Or what's inspiration do?
I think you get a reroll.
So inspiration.
You can click on it and read it. It'll tell you.
Oh, really?
Well, there's a difference. There's heroic inspiration, which is normally a class feature of some kind, and then there's base inspiration points. I'm not sure how D&D and Beyond does it, but in terms of inspiration points, you can spend them to either re-roll a dice or give yourself advantage on your next action.
Okay. Cool. Got you. Appreciate it. That's fair.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very quickly falling the fuck apart. I'm trying to muscle through these last 15 minutes. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. That's your description. You're standing in a graveyard. Everything is very well lit. What does the party want to do?
Do I see any guards out and about?
Empty.
Empty? Alright. After walking through the gate and nothing happening, I'll motion for my party to come on in. Mena, of course, is...
Am I still on your back?
Yeah.
I just barged in.
Gonna wave
Yeah, Mena
my
just barges
belt
in anyway, it
and
doesn't matter.
What is this building?
That is the west wing of the abbey.
Oh, okay. So it's not a building.
I mean, it is a building.
Oh.
It's a wing. So
like a complex.
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
this
cool.
This right here is essentially a gantry. So this is like a 15-foot curtain wall, which is imagine a sky bridge in modern time, right? You know, like a walkway.
Yeah.
But a curtain wall is that, but its base goes all the way to the bottom.
It's like the
like a
walls on
solid
Attack on
wall.
Titan. You can walk on
Yeah.
the top of them, but you can't walk through it.
Yeah, but it's enclosed, so it's not a wall that you walk on top of. It has like windows and shit and a roof on top of it. It's a hallway that connects these two buildings. They just don't possess the technology to make that structurally sound without the base, so that base has to go all the way to the ground to support that walkway.
Oh, okay. Can I start
We
just
can't
like
walk through it.
screaming out for Craggy? Craggy, where are you?
I will motion to hush Mena, like, shh. We don't know if there's anybody around.
Be
We
like,
don't know
no,
what's around here.
no.
Minna yells out, and in response, she is greeted with a horrifying shriek.
We don't know what or who's
Like-
out there now. We
It makes your entire party's blood run cold. It is not natural.
Can I make a check to see where it came from at all? Or is it
Roll a
just
perception
all-
check.
yeah, can
I say I feel like we're all rolling that now.
Yeah.
And then I got a 12. Well, I guess
That wasn't bad.
I got a 10.
Morgan doesn't get to roll a perception check.
I
be a
would probably
disadvantage.
fail it anyway. I have
You'd be drunk.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Hey, you might roll high. You never know.
I can roll one.
Well, 2, but yeah.
I'll roll one with disadvantage. Yeah. Perception. Disadvantage roll. 2 and 20s.
Damn. What the
Uh,
fuck?
It snapped. That screech.
Disadvantage, dude.
Made
It was a sobering screech.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, it snaps you out of your drunken
that
state.
would,
You just
you're no
immediately like,
longer
oh,
money.
what?
You rolled a double nat 20 with disadvantage. That's fucking crazy.
See, that sobers me instantly.
Yo.
Must have been terrifying.
You very quickly make out that it came from the main area of the abbey, which is the eastern wing. The western wing is essentially
I'm gonna be so for real with you. I don't know what it is.
10
It's a
seconds.
screech.
Okay.
A horrifying non-human screech came from somewhere.
Can
Okay.
can I pause this?
Yeah.
Cool. That's a handy mechanic that I need to know.
Oh, so you can just pause it while we
I
do
can
stuff?
pause the session, and you guys can do stuff on the map.
Oh,
and
no,
I
we can't
still
see
get
it.
to see-
Oh, it's.
Oh, it took away the map from you?
everything,
Yeah.
It
Oh,
says
that's
that
nice.
you paused it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have
It said
to use
it said that when it was resuming the session will reveal your active map to your players. So I just assumed you guys were still able to
No,
see
it means you can do things, and we can't see it now.
Okay, that's good. Not as cool, but good.
It's what you wanted still.
While this is all happening, can I raise the thing I've been working on?
Let me look.
That was insane. I should have screenshotted that.
Because the steel defender is the one I'm probably gonna raise,
So click the little
and
game
it
lock
doesn't say I can only raise it during
down in the
combat.
bottom
It
corner.
says it basically stays there.
Yeah, it's a summon.
Pull up the
Where
game
is
lock history. It's the little square down on the right hand of the
Yes,
DM
you
map.
can
Oh, game
summon the steel defender in, like, as a reaction to the screech. Because I take it that's what you would like to do. You want
Yes.
it there because you heard the screech. Yes. Yeah, you enter a defensive stance and begin to
I
summon
would
your
be-
steel defender.
Yeah, I would reactively, I'd be casting mage armor on myself after that.
Yeah.
If it was something that, like, hellish.
And so I'm still
Yeah, just
piggyback.
sober me instantly. I am going to.
Well, you're
gonna
currently
pull out-
piggyback riding on me, so be careful.
I'm gonna pull out a little steel box, and I'm going to
Oh,
hit it
this
with
is
one of the
so
hammer
much
tools I
better.
have, and it's just gonna expand to this giant metal humanoid type creature.
I don't know, like lightning will sparkle on Malat's skin. Like, dude.
Because he wants to be involved.
I want to be involved. I want something cool to happen to me. It'd be cool if I was a Thunder Bear. They've done some cool D&D Beyond Hate.
Can I cast detect magic? As I
Oh.
like cling to Malath and
Yeah, can I?
just breathe. Say, what the fuck was that?
Oh, I'm listening.
At the same time, actually, can I cast detect evil and good? I have a feeling this.
That might be super interesting. First and foremost, Morgan, you want to detect magic? No, there's no magic.
I have a feeling this place is gonna light up like a fucking
Detect good and evil, though, might be fucking wild. Give me a second.
Can I cast water energy?
When did Craggy join us?
Craggy didn't join us. What? Huh? He's been up there.
Still like.
That's also
Easy,
why I'm
right?
trying to ask. That's why I'm asking if I can use a Pokemon card.
Oh.
I don't like
Oh,
don't like the
boy.
laughter.
If I do this, am I gonna have a bad thing happen?
Oh boy. Okay. What do I do about that?
What did I get for that nat 20?
You sobered up.
Yeah, you sobered up and
Yeah, you're sober.
Eliminated my drunk.
Sobered the fuck.
you got rid of your
That's fair,
disadvantage. That's worth.
That's fair. That's fair.
Found out that you stepped into an
fair.
episode of Full Metal
We're about to
Alchemist
enter
Brotherhood.
combat right before we end this session.
Oh.
That sounds like a great idea to me.
I love that idea.
Really
How
liven
big
up
are these
the-
squares?
Well, we can't.
Technically, they're
Ruler.
Supposedly 50 feet.
They're
But
10
if
feet.
you, if you
Nope.
do the line itself, it's
No. On the
Whoa.
main map, they're 50 feet.
Oh,
on
you
the other
found
one.
the map.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
no,
we
we've
weren't all
had that.
in
We've
it
had this
before.
map.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, each one.
But
just-
Oh,
I
you
can't
had.
swap it, yeah, until everybody's in the area.
That's
because
fair.
This is a separated map.
Gotcha.
You know, you could just make my detect evil and good span however wide you want, DM.
We're still outside.
No, fuck
I thought
off.
we were inside.
Absolutely not.
Well, 10 feet would
Clearly,
be-
I coming up to this side.
Oh, you can move us around together. That's sick.
Except for Aldebaran, apparently.
This is awesome.
You forgot Elbran.
Yeah, but now he knows how.
Oh, that's so good.
Don't fucking put me somewhere I don't want to be. Didn't walk that far, bitch.
Oh, that's so fucking sick. So for reference, in case this is ever relevant to you because you have summons, if you go up to the top left, there is a, you know, where you got all your icons, there's a mouse icon and a hand icon, right?
Yeah.
If you click the mouse clicker icon, you are now in select mode.
And you can
If
like
you pick
drag.
up a character, you can still pick up a character, but if you... Do you guys see that square?
No, we don't see your
Oh,
square,
no,
but
I
Okay.
see
Individually.
exactly
you
what
can-
you're
if you
talking
can
about.
click, you'll drag, you'll create a square, and anything within that square, if you let go, becomes highlighted, and then you can pick up the entire group.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
okay.
moving icons on your desktop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like in like a battle simulator like Warcraft or
Yeah.
StarCraft, where you can target entire armies. Yeah, same thing.
That's
so there
cool.
you go. Now you know how to do it. Okay, so the scream came from the eastern wing. I know this map kind of really fucks your orientation here. So your east wing is the section of building to your north.
That's
the
the top.
west wing is the one on the south.
True,
And the
true north is
scream
the
came
gate we
from
came
like
in, right?
S12.
No, no, west here. I'll just.
Well, no,
denote
there's
it.
no. Look at the top.
wait.
At the top, there's a
Compass.
compass. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Zoom
True north.
out.
Yes, this is your gate. Yes.
So
That blue box, true north, is the
Yeah, that's
gatehouse
where
that
we
you
came
walk
in.
through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So
The-
So
it is
the
the east wing.
screech came from
Came
the
from-
wood?
No, came from the
No.
eastern wing, which is
That's 15.
The
Oh.
one with all the yeah.
This.
S14.
S15.
this is the wing.
Okay. Do we have to go in there?
Make it easy. Over
Let's
here.
not go in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we're gonna go in
But
there.
Craggy's in there.
Leave here then.
The only apparent entrance to the abbey that you see
Craggy's in
is
there.
a set of
I don't.
double wooden doors for another section of
Okay,
gatehouses.
okay.
Those gatehouses also appear to be empty.
Okay.
This deep gnome gets us all killed. I am going to kill him.
How you gonna do that if you're dead?
I have my ways.
I have to walk up to the gate.
Maybe
attempt to
she's
open
a
it.
necromancer.
Stop taking me to places I don't want to be.
You can get off my back anytime you want.
I don't want to.
Well then, you're stuck with me, and we're together now.
All right, so Alderon, did you say you were lit up?
Flame on!
No, what I'm doing, I cast mage armor, so I'll have the mage armor
Plus
on,
5 AC.
but not actively.
Can you give yourself temporary armor class?
I can override it for now.
No, I don't want to override it for now. I was just curious if there was a temporary thing.
You can just
like
put it in condition.
temporary hit points.
Additional magic bonus, additional
I guess.
miscellaneous.
Called an enchantment. You gotta remember it.
Yeah, or that. You could do additional magical bonus. Mage armor requires concentration, correct?
No.
What is your AC?
Really?
It is a duration for 8 hours, and it target AC becomes 13 plus Dex modifier. So
Oh.
mine would be 15.
Oh, okay, so they changed it.
So mine is 15.
They balanced it.
Spell ends
Yeah, they
early
did
if
balance
I
Because mage
if
armor
I
was busted.
don armor, but I'm not going to be donning armor.
Yeah.
So
That's
thought-
dope.
yeah,
I actually
it
really
lasts-
like that
it
change.
lasts 8 hours, and it's just an action.
I
That's
thought this man was.
fantastic.
It uses my spell slot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shield
mage
itself
armor
is,
used to be an instant cast concentration spell that just gave you +5 AC.
Wish,
So
man,
I
you could
like
go
this way
over
better.
20 way easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was
so
stupid.
I'm really glad they balanced this. Okay, so Malath, you're opening up the door.
Yep.
Does anybody else want to take any actions? Mena, you summoned your Steel Defender.
And I'm gonna follow suit going through the door.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I want to take an action.
Is this one squeaky?
Do you actually?
Well, I can't right now, so.
I mean, you can.
Can I?
I'll wait.
Okay.
In one of my hands, I'm gonna pull out one of my daggers, but still have a free hand, but
Okay.
dagger at the ready, just with that creepy sound.
Sure.
And can I be like sneaky?
You can hide if you want, yeah. Plenty of darkness around. I would qualify pretty much everything within the Abbey walls at this point as dim light. For the party's reference.
Where are the torches? Like on the sides of the
God,
wall?
I don't
Say it's
have
every,
dark
like-
vision.
Say it's like every 20 feet. It's enough to where, like, you can kind of see. Like, all of you can see because you have dark vision at this point.
I
Every single
don't.
fucking one of you.
Well, except for Morgan.
Except for Morgan.
don't.
So, Morgan, you're limited to a 15-foot light radius. Everybody else can see is
Can I-
fucking, it's normal because you have dark vision. It is what it is. But in terms of, like, being detected, anything that does not have dark vision and or is assisted by a torch that they're carrying or a lantern that they're carrying can only see 15 feet.
Can I, oh wait. So, can I, get off of Malath's back and go over to Aldebaran, and ask him if he can, actually no, I'm just gonna, like, hover near him, maybe, like, grab the back of his jacket just in case he, like, gives off, I feel like doesn't he give off that light a little bit?
Yeah,
well,
Aldebaran lights up in certain
I was
conditions.
actually just about to do something regarding the light situation.
Okay.
How
Hold on, before all that happens. So as you guys open up the doorway and begin to enter, you guys are greeted with, again, the sight of the dimly lit courtyard. There's a thick fog that fills this courtyard, and it swirls as if it's eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by 15-foot high curtain walls on which stand several guards with their backs to you, or so it seemed at first. It's clear now that these guards are merely scarecrows. Wooden doors to the north and east lead to the Abbey's two wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well fitted with an iron winch, to which a rope and bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked under the overhanging walls, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden troughs. 2 wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles attached to its face. The quiet is shattered by horrible screams coming from the sheds as you open the doors and they squeak.
I'm gonna go look in the well.
Just gonna hover near Aldebaran
One moment.
and hope his head gives off some light at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you move forward to the well, you look inside, and there's water.
So, was there anything visible inside of the like that we would be able to see? Like,
Speak
or
to
are we
that.
just looking at the? Well, so if this is to scale, I can technically see with dark vision anything. At,
Yeah.
like, face size or like
Yeah,
between
B. So B are the troughs. So these.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, the anything labeled with a B is the troughs. Anything labeled with a C would be the sheds, the padlock sheds where the screams
They're
came
all
from.
shut.
And D are the 2 wooden posts, the like 10-foot tall wooden posts that have manacles attached to them, and attached to one of those poles is that being I described.
I'm gonna go over and try to communicate with it.
You guys want 300 feet of dark vision?
Oh yeah, and Steven,
hour?
you said you wanted to take an action and do something about the light. What was it?
I was gonna see how fast I could cast a cantrip spell.
Depends on the cantrip.
Create bonfire.
Do we want to start a fire and potentially attract a bunch of attention?
It's a church.
My thought process is because create bonfire is a concentration spell, I can both immediately drop it and cast it again in repetition to essentially create like a kind of like a path of light, you know, like the little like the walking lights is like in like an airplane, and kind of like illuminate the area around and use it as like a brief torch to kind of like.
Is there any wood around?
Because I don't know how
we
thick
make
the
a torch?
fog is, so I wouldn't be able to see through fog. But if it's just the light, like creating light, would I be able to?
I mean,
kinda
all
like-
of you have dark vision with the exception of Morgan. For the
And I
sake
can-
of keeping things not messy, I'll say that you wouldn't be able to create
Oh,
bonfire
a
that
torch.
instantaneously. In terms of rules as written, technically, it's an instantaneous cast.
Cast?
Yeah, I know.
So
Cast
it's
it.
just like
I'll light my
fire,
torch with it.
fire, fire,
would-
fire, fire, moving from place to place, each of
It
them
would-
being a concentration manifestation.
It
But
would be a 5-foot just burst of fire, and then it would dissipate as just to check to see if anything was there, and then I would do it as
Or-
far as I could see to illuminate anything else.
Or
Can I use my torch?
Or maybe
or-
cause something that might be there to react negatively to the sudden
to the-
appearance of a fucking bonfire next to
true.
them. That was my
Um,
thought process, but we don't have to go down that road. We can all technically still see.
I can give up to 5 people in my radius my dark vision for an hour.
yeah, so
Really?
just give it
Yeah.
to Morgan.
Oh.
or whatever, right?
Yeah, whoever else
activate
Well,
wants
give
to
it
do
to
it.
the
Does
yeah,
it
give it to
take a spell
everyone.
slot or no?
No, I get 1 free per long rest, but if I want to, I can use a spell slot to do it. I'll use my free one right now, and
Sure.
I'll give it to.
Give it
who-
to-
who
Yeah, for the
wants
next
to-
hour, everybody has dark vision.
300
They
yeah,
might
and
as
it's
well
300
everybody.
feet, so
Mena, you approach the small figure that is chained to the post, the abomination, and as you get closer, you
Oh,
realize that
what?
this is a
there's
mongrel
a
folk.
figure?
Yeah, what? You missed all that?
I guess. I thought she just looked in
Has
a
bat
well.
wings and a spider face.
I
Yeah, as you approach the post, you see that there is a mongrel folk tied to that post. How close do you want to get?
I want to get to the point where it can almost reach me, but it really can't.
Okay, what do you intend to do?
I'm trying to communicate with it.
Okay, what would you like to say?
I totally forgot what it was. I was gonna say.
does it speak common?
Why are you chained up here?
Yeah, as you engage in conversation with the mongrel folk, the creature that is chained to the post starts to flap its leathery wings violently. It takes to the air. However, it doesn't get but 2 feet off the ground before its chains snap and go taut. She flutters around madly, banging against the post, screaming nonsense.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna try to calm mongrel folk down.
Yeah, as you continue to engage
now
with
mongrel folk.
as you continue to engage with the creature, it just becomes more agitated and starts to scream its nonsense even louder. And when I say nonsense, I don't mean like intelligible, like non-English. It's speaking common. None of it makes sense. This creature's brain is scrambled. Nothing it says makes any fucking sense.
Oh God.
It has no ability to like string together an actual coherent sentence. It can say words in common, but it would be like peanut butter, falcon, casino chip, like completely fucked. Anything it would try to say would come out as complete and total fucking gibberish. And it appears to be incredibly agitated that you are trying to like be close to it or communicate with it. It seems fearful and angry. This creature stands 4 foot 5 inches tall and has a very hunched posture. It has long, stringy black hair that hides much of its face, but clearly visible underneath this matted hair are spider mandibles and teeth that replace her human mouth. She has the arms and wings of a bat, as well as cloven hooves in place of her right foot. She doesn't allow anyone to get close enough to undo her shackles. I'm
just gonna be like, I am trying to help you. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, she's just gonna continue to
animal handling. Is that like the beast or monstrosity?
It's technically human.
I guess that's true.
It's technically human. Its stat block is even human.
I was gonna say, if it doesn't fall under
it's technically an abomination.
Then it would be. Oh, I guess then yeah. I don't know if persuasion would fall under that either.
Can I
don't
cast
think you
your
can persuade something with a low, like an intelligence that low.
Let me look.
I know it has to be touch. Can I just like slightly like touch it?
There is something I want to do, but I'll let her continue her.
Because I'm assuming it's.
You know
frightened.
what? For flavor, I'll say yes. Rules is written frightened as a condition. And the creature isn't frightened in the sense of a D&D condition, but I like where your head's at, so I'm gonna say yes. You'll effectively cast Calm Mind, basically. But none of you have that, but I think that's a really interesting way to try to go about this, so yeah, for the sake of your intention, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Roll...
Wait, Calm Mind. Oh, yeah.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Nice, a 20. Yeah, you are able to get close enough to the creature in order to cast your heroism. The creature begins to calm itself, and stops ravaging itself against the pole and thrashing against its chains. It settles to the ground and begins to stand still. It's still communicating with you in the way that it was prior, in the form of it just continues to speak incoherent gibberish. There's two words that you can kind of pull out of the language that are repeated, and that's Martsena and Mishka.
Aldebrand.
But those are the only two words that you hear, like, several times.
Do your eye thing.
I don't know if that would help this situation.
It sounds like it would make it worse. But I'm not there, so.
Yeah, but maybe we'll gain an ally.
So the creature's calm, and it's standing there locked to the post. Do you want to try anything else?
I want to try releasing it.
Sure. Yeah. How? I take it you want to use like thieves' tools to pick the lock?
Yes.
Yeah. Roll a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand is my specialty.
Fuck that bitch. Come save me.
That one.
Or come see me.
We don't know where you are.
Find me. It's hide and seek.
Can I do my spell as she does this, or
What spell?
My action.
Sure. What?
I was gonna.
Well, maybe what?
I'm going to be using invisible hand and booming voice for my thaumaturgy.
You're gonna use booming voice right now when we're trying to be stealthy in a church?
For what intent and purpose?
I'm gonna throw open the door to the east wing and yell for Craggy.
We just Fruster Dodd that shit.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
These are like, doom.
Yeah, Mena, you successfully picked a lock, and the mongrel folk bolts into the fucking sky. And for the first time since it was tied to the post, it finally utters a single sentence that makes any fucking sense. And she screams at the top of her lungs in her horrendous abomination voice that she is convinced that powerful enemies are hunting her and that their agents are everywhere that she goes, and that she's sure that they're watching her all of the time and that she needs to flee immediately. And she takes off into the night sky and disappears.
Oh god.
Aww.
I'm assuming it's too late for me to try to cast.
Wow.
I was gonna cast Mind Spike on her.
While that happens, Aldebaran has the brilliant idea of opening up the east wing and using thaumaturgy to call for Craig.
So what I'm doing,
I am using you as a human shield if this goes bad.
I am going to illuminate in a blue flame, blowing that door open and yelling for Craggy from.
This is like
as I see her like bolt into the sky, and she's like, things are hunting me, kind of bullshit. We're kind of far past the time of not finding this little gnome.
Yeah.
So, can I finally cast the detect evil and good, by the way? I've been meaning to do that.
All of this can coincide at the same time.
Yeah, I know you've been meaning to do that. Oh, that's the wrong character sheet.
Once again, you want me to wait? I can wait. That's fine.
For the duration, 10 minutes.
That's not a long cast.
We'll have you wait.
Okay.
Because that could be very interesting.
Next time.
But
next session.
It will have to be next session, but it will be very interesting. I don't want to say any more because I don't want it to be like super fucking like revealing. But I'll set it up for an automatic trigger. How about that?
Okay, yeah. That's
just remind me, like notate that next session. Detect good and evil. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put that on my notes.
Mena, you're still gonna be over here by this post for now because all of this stuff is gonna happen in like back to back to back. Yeah, like you release this guy from the post, she flies off into the night screaming. You're opening the fucking door. As you open the door and all of this commotion has taken place, once again your blood runs cold as that same screech is heard, much louder, and with every passing second, you hear monstrous footfalls coming from that eastern wing towards the door. Even through the gloom and the thick fog, you can make out a monstrous shape lumbering down the hall towards you. As it approaches and the darkness and the fog can no longer hide its true nature, your eyes are greeted by a terrifying 7-foot-tall assemblage of human body parts. You guys are standing face to face with a flesh golem now.
Oh, come on!
Where is it?
I'm still taller.
Relativity.
It's right in the fucking doorway.
Because
Humanoid.
as it's charging out, I could also slam the door back.
Yeah, I was saying, can I cast knowledge and slam the fucking door? Like, no. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, me and Aldebaran will both
we would
immediately be like,
this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I feel like he'd very easily be able
As
to...
he's approaching the doorway, and before the doorway closes, as you guys are trying to slam this door shut together, you hear Craggy scream from the depths of that wing. You're able to make out Eldritch Blast! And you see a bolt of arcane energy come in from a very awkward angle as it blasts the flesh golem right in the back and forces it to stumble towards the door as you're closing it shut in its face.
Oh, uh-oh.
And Craggy, fucks us over again.
Craggy, you from where you were, you fire off your Eldritch Blast, and by sheer luck and intervention of your pact being, your Eldritch Blast ricochets off of a broken mirror that's in the hallway and nails the flesh golem in the back.
Okay.
Roll damage.
For an Eldritch Blast, yeah,
For
absolutely.
an Eldritch Blast.
Can I look at Aldebaran and be like,
3.
I think that's the short one. And then
Well, at this point, we'd probably be... if we open the door, we're basically rolling initiative at this point.
yeah, but he's
So,
in there.
in reaction to us slamming the door, hearing the Eldritch Blast, what is everybody else doing? Coming over? Are they headed this way? What is the reaction of
Where'd my pen go?
us hearing
There it
this
is.
and slamming the door?
I'm gonna come over and be like, wait, he's in there. We have to save him.
Him. God. He didn't even have to come here.
Seems like a great opportunity for Aldebaran to kill some monsters, though. Alright.
I would like to level up.
I would like the level, yeah.
I like leveling up.
Level up.
Killing monstrosities?
1 through 3. Oh, -3.
Fuck no, you guys aren't leveling up again, you degenerate scum. We're not just gonna keep handing out fucking levels every session, alright?
No, I know. I know. I'm just saying after fighting monsters and whatnot.
Next time, next time.
Yeah, I know.
We don't have time today.
Hell no, you guys
No.
don't have time for this tonight. Fuck no.
Are we gonna roll initiative and then end?
We aren't even gonna roll initiative. You guys aren't in combat.
Yeah, we closed the,
You closed the
fucking
door.
door on that stupid thing.
You don't know what's going on with me. I could be getting freaking...
You also don't know
wrecked.
what's the deal with the flesh golem. All you know is you saw a 7-foot monstrosity of amalgamated human body parts that was screeching and trying to get out of the building that you had opened. Who knows? You don't know if it's an enemy.
And then we heard
You know that Craggy happened to hit it in the back with an Eldritch Blast. You don't know what the fuck's going on with Craggy either.
Yeah, because it didn't attack Craggy. It ran towards us.
And you guys, as a party, aren't aware that Craggy just got lucky. He wasn't even trying to hit the flesh golem. He was just firing off an Eldritch Blast.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
It was solely his patron's intervention that he actually hit fucking something.
Well, if
Craig
they're-
is just that
if
good.
they're coming over to fight, then I'll throw open that door and we can end it there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it here before we get into any fuckery.
Okay.
Because there's more setup to be had with this particular
this
situation.
combat?
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
This begins yet another relatively large module of the campaign. So
Sweet.
this is actually a perfect place to stop.
Yay!
Good sis.
I see. You made us wait a day so we would be forced to come here.
No
No,
one
there's
was
actually
forcing you to come here, Craggy.
there's several different triggers for different things in relation to this story beat. All of them can 2 of them are triggered by the player, 1 of them is triggered by time passing. So no matter what, the story of the Abbey would have been driven forward. However, you would not have been railroaded to going to the Abbey, but certain actions that to be undertaken by the people who reside in the Abbey were going to happen regardless.
Okay.
Depending on what you guys chose to do after that fact, had you not gone to the Abbey, would have changed the story drastically, because there are consequences to some of those triggers.
Makes sense.
So yeah, no, very much so on your own guys, like, hands and heads here. That there has been little to no interference of me on getting you guys to do whatever it is you want. In fact, how you guys chose to handle the Abbot wanting to resurrect the sun part is not that's like one of 3 options. Like what you guys chose to do is technically one of 3 options, and it's the hardest one because it requires you guys to roll like you did.
Oh, that's cool.
But consequently, it still comes with, because you guys were able to do that, the trigger for what happens with the people of the Abbey that has to do with time passing is a direct correlation to the fact that you were able to convince them to not let the Abbot resurrect their son, and or you guys actively being able to resurrect his son with your own magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a cleric off. Don't matter. My god's better.
Who's your god again?
Kavaki the Ram Lord. Yeah, I know.
The
It sounds
Ram Lord!
awesome. Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Ram
That's gonna
Lord,
end it for our
real?
D&D stream for tonight.
I
We'll
know,
be
so-
back on Tuesday night, but not on Thursday this
muted.
week.
Massive flesh.
Okay.
But until then, take it easy. Y'all take